Everybody.
That's Hunter Baumgardt. I'm Doug Russell. In for Drew and KB. They are convalescing this week. That sounds like they're recovering from surgery or something.
Convalescing? I don't think I know the definition.
Well, they're resting.
Spell convalescing.
Yes. Use it in a sentence. Pipe is here. We can't do the show without Pipe, although we're going to have to.
He's not convalescing.
No, Pipe is not convalescing. Use that in a sentence.
Drew and KB, they are off this week. They are load managing this week.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Because the stretch drive starts next week for all of us here at the game as training camp begins 1 week from today at Lambeau Field. You know how, I don't know if it's, how you're getting older, or you just know that, the little victories when you're in your 50s aren't the same victories as perhaps when you're in your 20s. Two things struck me today. One was just about 15 minutes ago or so. Our poor colleague, our poor teammate, Dave Michaels, who does so many things so we have 6 radio stations here at the Milwaukee Megaplex, where we originate this show, the origination of the Packers radio network. So Dave Michaels, he works on a couple of different stations, and he is our jack of all trades. We can't do anything in this building without a number of guys, and he's one of those glue guys that just knocks everything down that's in front of him.
Yes.
He sneezed about 20 minutes ago and threw out his back. And Dave is going to Paris. He's flying to Paris for his summer vacation, his load management with his family tomorrow. So he's got a 9-hour flight in front of him. Tomorrow. And he's like, well, I've got stuff to do. I've got to get the grass mowed. First of all, I don't know that today's the day to do that. We'll get to that in just a moment. But I've got luggage to haul. And he was barely able to walk from the break room back to the newsroom, which is, I don't know, that's probably about 20 yards, maybe, give or take, in our building. I mean, he was shuffling against the wall. He was trying to lean back up against the wall. And that's happened to me. It's happened to you, but you're
unfortunately,
a younger person that has some back issues. I remember one time I was working at another radio station. I was doing the morning show at the time, and I leaned over and I picked up a computer bag. Same thing happened to me. Just, you felt it viscerally. It's like, not loud, but just enough. And once you have back problems, Billy likes to say, I don't know anybody who used to have back problems.
Yeah.
If you've got them, you've got them.
He's not wrong about that.
No. And so every once in a while, I now know myself a little bit better, that if I feel like something a little bit off back there, it's just kind of a precursor to more bad things.
Yeah. And to try to be careful with it too when you feel that.
Right. Exactly. So that's what's going on. And the fact that Dave is going through that, I feel terrible for him, but he's also about 10 years younger than me. So, I mean, welcome to your 40s. So the other thing is something that is probably going on in everyone who's listening in the state of Wisconsin to us. Maybe you're listening on the iHeartRadio stream. Maybe you're up in the Twin Ports. Maybe you're listening in Rhinelander on the game. Maybe you're on WNFL. Maybe you're on 1070 the game in Madison. No matter where you are in the state of Wisconsin, you're probably at least on some level if you're not dealing with it right now, you're going to be dealing with some severe weather today.
Yeah.
And as I was leaving my house, because I mowed the lawn yesterday.
Well done.
Thank you. But as I was leaving the house today, I remembered that here in Milwaukee, we've got a guy named Mark Baden.
We do.
He is on Channel 12 in Milwaukee, and he's Milwaukee's meteorologist, if you will. And every night, what's the weather going to be like the next day? And the storms are coming. So I'm like, all right, I got to put in the downspouts.
Yep.
That's how you know you're old. Because as I was leaving the house, because I mowed the lawn yesterday, I took out the downspouts.
Uh-oh.
And I'm pulling out in my driveway. My wife is at work, so she can't do it. And I'm like, remembered, downspouts.
Well done. Before you left the house.
Sometimes it's the little victories.
It is.
That was a little victory for me today.
That's going to save you. If we get,
it's going to save my basement. Yes.
Yes. If we get some significant rain, that is going to be in a very good spot.
It's happened once or twice before before we realized that we needed the downspouts that we have right now. There was a torrential downpour, and we're like, all of a sudden, why is the basement wet?
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible, but it was enough to be alarming. But you just put in the downspouts and it's fine.
Right.
That's the win. That's the little victory. So hopefully wherever you are today, you are experiencing a little victory of your own. And hopefully, because I don't know that Dave's going to be able to mow his lawn because he can't really do that when it's raining, when it's wet.
True.
Especially if it's not storming. So if you're out there, stay safe. There are certain parts of Wisconsin we are looking at right now that I don't know what county that is, but there's some tornadic activity.
Yeah, there's 2 tornado warnings in the state right now, one around Portage and one around Waupun. So just, keep an eye to the sky. Tornado watch in effect until 6 o'clock for a lot of the southern part of the state.
And we are a statewide radio station network and show. And so we've got Spectrum News on right now as well, and they are statewide too. So hopefully we'll keep everybody safe.
And that tornado watches a lot of the state, period. So
so just stay safe. We will keep you updated as far as anything that's going on. Some of the local stations around the state may need to break away because they've got to keep you safe as well. So we will keep you company. Hopefully you are enjoying some load management and perhaps some different voices here on the Game Radio Network as well. All right, so we've got a good show for you today. Mike Clemens is going to be joining us because, as I mentioned, coming up 1 week from today, it's kind of our opening day.
Yeah.
We at the game here in Milwaukee, the Packers flagship radio station, and we are at training camp every single day. Billy and Wayne Larrivee, they are going to, it wasn't built. It wasn't built for us, but it might as well have been built for us.
I think so.
Yeah,
I like
to say
so.
that because Ray Nitschke Field has been there since 15 years or so, give or take.
Sure.
And we have this is our 4th year, by the way, the Packers flagship. So they've got this little. It's a perch. It's about the size of a small press box. It's open air, but that's where Billy and Wayne are going to be during practice. Like 50-yard line, 3rd row access, and we'll be bringing you all of the sights, the sounds, the color, everything that's going on at Packers training camp, every single open to the public practice. Billy and Wayne are going to be there. They'll have some guests. I'll pop in. You'll bop in. We'll have, Zaba's going to bop in. We've got everybody coming in to Green Bay, not next week for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, but then the week after that Monday, the last week of July, we will be embedded. All of our shows embedded in Green Bay, kind of like we were at the draft, but now we've actually got something on the field to be talking about.
Which is great. We get to see that 1st-round pick, Matthew Golden, on the field in training camp, getting ready with Jordan Love. We've already seen it a little bit in those mini camps, the practices in the spring, but this is where everything comes together and you see what kind of team you're going to have. And nothing better than hearing Wayne Larrivee talk about Packers football, and you get to do that every day at training camp. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. Really looking forward to it. It's the best time of year, and it starts 1 week from today. So that's something to keep in mind. And like I said, Mike Clemens coming up. He's been covering the team since, I'm going to ask him. I didn't even know. Yeah.
What was his first year covering the Packers?
That is a good question because he's a legendary reporter on the beat.
Mark Daniels was the dean for a long time. It's probably Spoon right now. Maybe.
Yeah. And he's probably just short of that. Maybe. I mean, who knows?
Well, Mark Daniels started in the 70s, 1979, I think, but he's in a mostly retired stage at this point of his career. Well earned, well deserved.
Yeah.
But I think Mikey might be, he might be close to the dean. Tim Van Voren's been doing this since 89. Dennis Krause's been doing it since 88, 87.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. I reached out to Dennis to see if he wanted to come on the show. He said, I would love to. However, he's on vacation, just like everybody else.
There you go.
That works here at the game.
Yeah.
On vacation. Sorry. Would love to do it some other time.
No, and that's we totally understand that one. That's for sure.
Adam Pawlak is coming in.
He is. We're going to talk food and more with him. Get those cooking questions ready because I know you all have just a bunch of them every single week, and it's fantastic. He loves answering them. So get those in 877-794-1973 on the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line because he will answer your food questions coming up at 4:00.
Also, Paul Wagner. Wags is going to join us at 4:30.
Yes.
The pitching coach of the Lake Country Dockhounds.
Talk a little baseball.
Talk some baseball. Baseball at the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the All-Star game last night, I love the way that it ended, even though I'm a traditionalist.
Sure.
Because it's a game that doesn't matter. It's a game that doesn't count. This is what they should have been doing all along. How cool would have been, and I know that I'm dating myself and perhaps some in our audience as well, who may not remember the 2002 All-Star game tie at then Miller Park.
I've heard
in
about
Milwaukee. I was there. And The person that I feel the worst for is the late Rob Edwards, who was the play-by-play announcer, not the PA announcer at Miller Park back then. He had to announce because they called up to the press box and said, "What do we do if it's a tie?" Bud Selig with the shrug of the shoulders and everything. And Rob Edwards had to tell the crowd, if nobody scores in this inning, if the National League doesn't score, the game will end in a tie. Boo! From 42,000
yikes
that were there. They weren't booing Rob per se, but he kind of bore the brunt of it.
Yeah.
And they could have had a home run derby instead.
Well, and that's what they did last night, and it was fantastic. This rule's been in place for a couple of years, but we haven't seen it come to life since there hasn't been a tie in the All-Star game after 9 innings. And I didn't even think about it. I was thinking, this game is just going to end in a tie. It's going to be 6-6, and that's going to be it. And then I remembered, there's possible swing off here.
I didn't realize that's how they ended All-Star games. I don't remember them making that rule change.
Right.
It was just this pleasant surprise at the end of the game. If it ends in a tie, then we go to a home run derby.
Right.
Swing off. I call it a home run. We'll call it a home run derby.
Basically.
But the way that the teams were selected, the way that the manager gets to kind of manipulate, and the question that I had on Twitter after the game last night was, so Dino Ebel, by the way, the father of Brewers' second round pick?
Yes. Brady Ebel.
Yeah. Who was actually in Milwaukee last week with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But now he's a Brewer.
Second overall, so he was the
compensatory pick. So that's Willie Adames.
Yes, it is.
That's the Willie Adames pick. So
he's now Brady Ebel.
Right. And his father, Dino Ebel, the longtime third base coach of the Los Angeles Dodgers, he was the BP home run derby pitcher.
Dino Ebel.
So is Dino Ebel. Is he the winning pitcher or is he the losing pitcher?
Yeah, that was a clever tweet. I like that. That was good. That would be, I'd say, the winner because his team won.
Yeah, because he's trying to groove it. He's trying to groove Kyle Schwarber to hit 3 moon bombs.
And boy, did he ever. I loved last night. That was, to me, just an incredible night of celebrating the game of baseball because that's what that was. From 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock. It was a little long at times. And I know Tim Allen was saying on the Mike Keller show today that the commercial breaks were pretty long. And you're right.
That's what you're going to get, though.
You're a national game. You're going to get that. And it was, the swing off added to it at the end. However, Major League Baseball did so many things right last night, starting with the uniforms being back, that everybody was wearing their own uniforms.
100%.
That was absolutely great. The tributes, obviously the Hank Aaron tribute was otherworldly. It was amazing. They did one to the Cobra as well. They did just different tributes. Obviously,
former Brewers getting honored is the bottom line is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's a good way to put it.
That's the way to put it, I believe.
Absolutely. The stand up to cancer. Obviously, Freddie Peralta holding up the sign with Bob Uecker was amazing. Especially for us here. The mic'd up players absolutely loved that. The ovations, pulling Freddie Freeman so he could get an ovation, pulling Clayton Kershaw so he could get an ovation. Obviously, it was a competitive game, the swing off, the ABS challenge system. There was it just was so well done on so many levels. And you had the young mixed with the old, Mizorowski kind of representing the young and Kershaw representing the old. The MLB All-Star game continues to be the best All-Star game in any sport. And last night was just the perfect example of it. I loved it.
So here's a
gobbled it right up.
Here's a question. I agree with your analysis 100%. But on the Nicolay Law Talk, NicolayLaw.com talk and text line 877-794-1973. Is the baseball All-Star game the best All-Star game of all sports because of its product or because all of the other sports do it so poorly?
I would say
because the basketball All-Star game.
Yeah, I don't know what I
put that at the bottom. I put that below the Pro Bowl.
Yes.
I put even
the Pro Bowl's bad.
The Pro Bowl's terrible. It's now a flag football game.
Yeah.
And skills challenges. I still put the basketball
below it. Yes.
All-Star game below it because the basketball All-Star game 2 years ago, I don't know if it was the East or the West, don't care, scored 200 points.
Yeah.
It's not, defense actually makes it a competition instead of just throw the ball. Let's see what you can do with a dunk with no defense or pop up a 3-pointer. And then the next team does it. And it's a track meet. It's worse than a pickup game. The basketball All-Star game is horrific. And I know that what is terrible about that is that the basketball All-Star weekend is a real celebration of the sports. Everybody wants to play. Everybody wants that honor. Nobody bails like they do in football. It's such an honor because there are so few players that get to be chosen to be on the All-Star game.
True.
And in 2020, they had the Elam ending.
Yeah.
And that made it competitive in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
The first couple of quarters were pretty dreck, but then it got better as the game went on. Now it's just awful. Now it's unwatchable. So, yes, does Milwaukee deserve an All-Star game? Because Adam Silver promised when Fiserv Forum was built, promised an All-Star game.
It'd be great.
It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when there's an All-Star game. Don't know if I need it. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'd rather watch flag football. I would rather watch paint dry than the basketball All-Star game in its current form.
I think I'd say the same for the NFL one.
Well, it's flag football.
And that's the thing. Like, it just doesn't, there's just nothing there. Chief J on the Talk and Text line says the MLB All-Star game most represents the actual real game. It seems almost like it's the same kind of game. There's no difference. That is exactly it. Like, that is, of course, there were great presentation, mic'd up players, the ovations, the tributes, all that last night. But what's great too is it's actually a competitive game where Matt Olson makes a great play to save a run from scoring at first base in the ninth inning. And Edwin Diaz, the closer, trying to close it out for the National League, one of the best in the game. Like, it was great that it was a close game, 6-0 lead for the NL, and then they came back, and it's a competitive game, and it is really the only one left. I mean, the NHL totally scrapped theirs and went to the Four Nations face-off, which was actually amazing. And
it
captured.
They had to do something.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess amazing is maybe a little high praise, but it was really,
it's better than it was.
And it was better than it was, and it captured a lot of attention. Like, it really, like, those games people were paying attention to, and I hope they do it again in the future and can't wait for it. So I would say they're second right now because the NBA and the NFL have just made a mockery of it. Really.
The NFL got so bad that they were legitimately considering just scrapping the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they may still just scrap the whole thing because nobody wants to participate in it at the end of a long football season. And I get that. And it used to be worse. It used to be after the Super Bowl, and even way, way back in the day, players that participated in the Super Bowl were then expected to then turn around and go to Hawaii for the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care if you won the Super Bowl last week. You got another game to play.
What I loved about the Pro Bowl back in the day was seeing all the helmets.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was my favorite. Growing up, that was like my favorite because you saw all the helmets on one field. So that's what I loved. But and that's part of the reason I loved last night was because you got to see all the uniforms there, and just that is exactly how it should be.
Rarely do baseball fans agree on something so unanimously about the jerseys.
Yeah.
But that was like, stop this nonsense. Yep. We want to see the players in their home team uniforms because this is how we root for them. And, getting back to the Pro Bowl for just a second, there are a couple of things that I loved about the old Pro Bowl.
Sure.
It was because it's in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's light out long after it's dark in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's free. It was always freezing out. It was like 4 degrees. And then you see, yes, it was on AstroTurf at Aloha Stadium, which was a crumbling dump of a field, but it was still warm. Guys were sweating. You had the hula girls. You had the palm trees outside. They would show different Waikiki Beach. They always had a couple of shots of, and then they would, actually kind of play a game, but it got worse and worse and worse and worse over the years. And then players opted out year after year after year.
Yeah.
If Brett's not going to play, I don't want to watch it. If Aaron's not going to play, Aaron Rodgers played in like the first couple of them. He's like, you know what? Peace out. I don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then it just got like, and then everybody was dropping out.
I think that's the worry about the MLB All-Star game because of where
it's getting there.
It is. It's what's great is you still had the Freddie Freemans, the Clayton Kershaws, the veteran guys in it, and hopefully can lead by example of how important the game is to them. Not like in general, because there's no stake in it anymore with no home field advantage in the World Series, but hopefully showing the younger generation, how important it is. Now I get the whole pitcher thing because you're going to prioritize your team over pitching in the All-Star game.
Sure.
And if you don't, the backlash is even going to be more than it was when, guys were declining it.
But how cool was it to see Miz out there for 1 inning? Now guys used to go 3 innings.
Sure,
the starting pitchers used to go 3 innings, which is a little bonkers too.
Yeah.
But Miz was out there for 1 inning.
Yep.
He threw 20 pitches, give or take.
Yeah, 18, I think.
18 pitches.
13 of them were strikes.
And popping triple digits on the radar.
Half of them were 100 or over. Yeah.
I mean, so that's fun.
Yes, it was exactly what you wanted. He gave up the base hit, so maybe you wanted 3 strikeouts and an immaculate inning. I think that would have been a little too high of expectations for Jacob Misiorowski, but I think it was great to see. He was, laughing, and you could see he was enjoying it, and that was it made it for at least around these parts, and I think around baseball as well. Baseball fans in general, it made for, as the game got later, it's like, okay, when are we going to see this Misiorowski guy? I've heard so much about him. And, because a lot of the country hasn't seen him pitch. I know he was on the national stage against the Dodgers, but other than that, it's been all local games. And yes, maybe you've seen highlights, but you haven't been able to watch him pitch. And so that's the great thing about last night is the nation was kind of introduced to Jacob Misiorowski.
And the other thing is that anything that a casual baseball fan may have heard about Miz was negative because this kid's only made 5 starts. Yeah. How could he possibly be an all-star? He doesn't deserve this. He hasn't earned this. And that's what got, all those Phillies players' panties in a bunch. Never mind the fact that MLB went to them, many of them, and said, hey, do you want to go to Atlanta? But if you're going to go, you got to pitch.
Right.
And they said, nah.
Right.
No, thanks. And then they get mad?
I think it was hilarious. It would have been hilarious if Miz doesn't pitch last night. So they make the whole thing, you got to pitch, and then he doesn't pitch last night.
Well, we thought he was going to pitch in the 7th, and he wound up going in the 8th.
Yeah, that was interesting. Dave Roberts was making us wait on that one, but he put in McGill first, who got out, and then you had an inning and a third of Brewers in a row.
Yeah, you did, and you knew already that Freddie wasn't going to
right, exactly.
In the game, but it was nice to see him there as well.
Well deserved.
Absolutely. Let's see. On the talk and text line, Patrick in West Bend, the rap concert at the beginning was not needed. Well,
yeah,
maybe, but that's just the window dressing.
It is. It is. You had Kane Brown singing about Georgia in the beginning. You had the Zach Brown band with the national anthem. So that was neat. God Bless America in the the 7th inning stretch was fantastic. Really, really well done. Of course, we are particular to Bob Kozlowski, but
sure. But he's our guy, and if the All-Star game ever comes back in Milwaukee,
yes,
let's roll Bob out there.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
But one thing that MLB does really well is they lean into the market that they're in.
Yes.
And that's something that, like when the NFL have the Super Bowl, it's like they don't do anything local. It's just,
you're right.
You figure when the Indianapolis had the Super Bowl, for example, you figure John Mellencamp might make an appearance somewhere, do something.
Right.
He's the most famous musician from Indiana. No, wasn't there. When the Super Bowl was in New Jersey, was Bruce Springsteen anywhere to be found?
True.
I mean, I don't get that. Detroit didn't have Motown when they had the Super Bowl almost 20 years ago. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah,
that's one other thing that MLB does better. So
yeah, MLB does a lot. And Kyle from Superior also saying you can't phone in the MLB All-Star game, which is kind of true too. You could also have though where the pitchers are throwing 60-mile-an-hour loopers into the zone, which is like the NBA All-Star game, where you could have that if they really didn't care, they could find a way to do that, and then be a kind of like just a toss and then a swing. But
I'm named in the 608. I still remember when the Super Bowl champions played the college All-Stars. Yeah, that was back in the 60s.
That was back.
You must really enjoy Packers Prime on Sundays then.
Well, how couldn't we? Well, I think everybody does.
I've got a fun story about that coming up a little bit later on about this week's game that we're going to
preview it.
Replaying. All right. Keep them coming on the NicoletLaw.com talking text line 877-794-1973. Drew and KB are off. I'm Doug. He's Hunter. Mike Clemens on the Packers beat coming up straight ahead.
It's going to be Clemens time.
It's going to be Clemens time. Doug and HB for Drew and KB.
Super bumping there for you to back it up and dump it. Get it. Put your arms out front, lean side to side. They gonna be on you when they see you hit that Dougie ride. Ain't nobody.
The destination for Packers training camp coverage.
Let's do it. Ready?
The flagship of the Green Bay Packers radio network. We are 97.3 The Game. Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Lenovo and the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Tech that hits different. Can your gear keep up with the beat? Lenovo PCs are built for creators, dreamers, and fans who don't hit pause. Visit Lenovo.com for the latest in AI PCs and game-changing tech.
Attention baseball players ages 13 to 18. Tryouts for Milwaukee Baseball Academy fall and summer travel ball teams are happening now. High-level instruction, unmatched indoor training and facility access, and top competition and college exposure. For a full tryout schedule and registration, visit MilwaukeeBaseballAcademy.com.
Tired all the time? Do you experience low energy, bad sleep, stubborn weight gain, mental fog? It's not just aging. It could be low testosterone. At Game Day Men's Health, the mission is to help men take back their strength, confidence, and performance. Drew Olson here. For generations, men's health has been a taboo subject. We're guys. We only go to the doctor or clinic if bones are broken or a wound won't stop bleeding. Game Day Men's Health is going to change that outlook. With fast, free T-level testing, you'll know in minutes if low T is the problem. And if it is, the doctor-supervised testosterone therapy gets you back to feeling your best. No waiting rooms, no long appointments, just real results. But they don't stop there. At Game Day Men's Health, they also offer medical weight loss to help shed stubborn fat, ED treatments for performance and confidence, peptide therapy for muscle growth, recovery, and anti-aging. Get back in the game and take back your energy, your strength, and your edge with Game Day Men's Health. Book your free consultation today at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. 4 area locations, GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
KB here. Did your home's exterior take a beating this winter? Well, then do what I did and bring in the pros from CertaPro Painters. Our home looks amazing, our budget is still intact, and they didn't leave a huge mess in the yard like the last painters. And right now, through July 31st, CertaPro Painters has a huge summer sales event going on. To schedule a free estimate for your home or business, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.com. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Brother man, you ever get the Sunday scaries?
Sunday scaries?
Yeah, you stay up half the night on Sunday because you're worried about the upcoming week.
I used to, but not anymore. Not now that I found Happy Place Hemp Delta 8 gummies. I take one about an hour before bedtime and I sleep like a baby. But I'm not the only one. One smart, good-looking listener texted us and said they started taking the gummies for their anxiety. Now they're more relaxed. They get a good night's sleep. No more tossing and turning.
And now listeners can go to happyplacehemp.com, use the promo code DrewKB, and get 25% off their order. Can't beat that with a stick.
Happyplacehemp.com, promo code DrewKB.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
People can't stop screaming about Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. And no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's frozen aisle and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian Holy Pepperoni Frozen Pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screaming is about.
You work hard to provide for yourself and your family, and that's why identity theft is so scary. Not only does it pose a threat to your financial well-being, everything you've worked so hard for, but it's also a danger to your family. Even children can be victims. It's not their money thieves go after, obviously, but their social security number. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Act now and save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the GPS directions first, before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No, the mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You've got apps for everything. Music, photos, even ordering coffee. But only one app gives you the live radio experience. It's radio your way. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions already listening. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
Make 97.3 The Game your #1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call,
that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
It's Drew and KB. Without Drew or KB, Doug Russell, Hunter Baumgart's on here on The Game. Packers training camp begins 1 week from today.
Wow.
1 week from right now, they will have their first practice in the books. And, of course, we'll be there with Billy and Wayne during practice on our little perch that overlooks. They don't really have a 50-yard line at Ray Nitschke Field, but what would be the 50-yard line?
It's centered.
It's centered.
You'll see us up there.
With the way the orientation of the fields are. Someone who's intimately familiar with the orientation of the fields at Ray Nitschke Field is our next guest. He is Mike Clemens. He's been covering the Packers for, we haven't determined exactly how long. Mikey, we appreciate the time. How are you today?
Doug, Hunter, how are you boys?
Good.
You're fantastic. Great to talk to you, Mike.
So Hunter and I were talking about this in the first segment. How long have you been covering this team anyway?
Since Bart Starr was the head coach.
Whew. So that was, let's see, he was not the head coach after the 84 season?
Yeah, I mean, like full-time, if you will, a little over 20 years. I was about 20, 21. I got this huge break. There used to be a student-run news show on Channel 18 in Milwaukee, and then they converted that to an everyday show. They had some auditions, and I got in on that. So I'm like 20, 21, because I lied about I said, oh, yeah, I'm a senior, and I wasn't.
Sometimes you have to lie.
Yeah. And so they had some auditions and I got in. So then we're doing this weekly or daily news show on the station, which was also at the time the flagship for the Milwaukee Bucks and the Milwaukee Brewers. And they hired me while I was still going to UWM in August of 82. So I got to cover all the World Series games.
Oh, wow.
And then that fall, one of our reporters said on Friday, it was a morning news show. And on Friday, we got done doing the show, and we were sort of getting ready for Monday's show. You're putting stuff, in the can up on the shelf. He said, hey, are you free Sunday to shoot? I go, yeah. Why? He goes, well, you want to shoot the Packer game? I'm looking left and right like, yeah. Because even though I played high school football, I'd never been to an NFL game. And he picked up the phone, called Lee Remmel, and said, Lee, can I have 2 passes, at will call? Okay, great. Yeah, we're all set. That's all it took back then.
And if you knew Lee Remmel, it'll be that's fine.
That's right.
That'll be fine.
Lyndall, I have you for it. And that's how it all started. And the next thing you know, I'm on the sidelines with a TV camera, and there's Bart Starr, the childhood idol, with the headset and trying to get Lynn Dickey, a win against the Rams, which they did actually. Wow. And I've gone to Packer games ever since.
Wow, Mike Clemens joining us. So does that make you the dean then of the Packers beat guys? I don't know when Spoon started. Van Voren's late 80s, Dennis's mid to late 80s, but that was all during the Forrest Gregg era.
I'm afraid so. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Mike Clemens joining us here on the Packers beat.
Packers beat the Rams September 12th, 1982, 35-23.
Oh, there you go.
They came back in the second half.
Yes.
I mean, Lynn Dickey and he had James Lofton, J.J. Jefferson. If they'd had a more consistent defense, that team would have gotten to the playoffs.
Or a running game.
But, all this stuff changes about 10 years later when they finally wake up and decide, maybe we shouldn't have guys that run paper mills running the team on the board of directors. Let's hire this Bobby Harlan guy who's got some PR experience with the St. Louis Cardinals and Marquette, and let's let him. And he says, okay, let's get a general manager named Ron Wolf. And then you guys know the rest of the story.
Of course.
That's what made the difference, is they had, a big boy helping out in the draft and building a scouting department. And now you've had this greatness for 30 plus years.
Well, you bring up the transition from the previous regime to Bob Harlan, which kind of set the course for the next 35 years. We're still living in it now. From Bob, then to Mark Murphy, who retires a week from Friday. And now it's going to be Ed Policy, who, when you started covering the team, Ed Policy's dad, Ed Policy was a kid, but his dad, Carmen Policy, was running the San Francisco 49ers during their heyday era. So it's Ed Policy starting next week, Friday. What are your initial impressions of him over, I don't know how much you've had a chance to be around him in the 13 years that he's been here as the number 2, but what do you think of the changing of the guard that's coming next week?
2 years ago, Mark Murphy was doing his monthly, mails letter bag thing on the team website.
Mm-hmm.
And someone said, hey, you've done such a great job. How much longer are you going to do this? And then Mark Murphy reminded the world, well, actually, I have until I'm 70. And then by rule, by the bylaws of the Packers, I can't do this job past the age of 70. So that would be 2 years. And I was like, oh, wow. And that started a clock. And I kind of knew that Ed Policy was sort of the guy in waiting that was going to be taking that job. And that's when I started looking at this whole picture. Like, when was Gutekunst and LaFleur, when did they get their contract renewals? And some other big moves that had been made. They'd already had their quarterback in place in terms of Jordan Love. And then they signed that contract last year. And so, I've been reminding people regime change. And now it's here. And it's maybe even a bigger story than I thought, because I think Ed Policy will come in much like the way Mark Murphy did. When Mark Murphy came up from Northwestern University's athletic director, he came into an organization that was all about Bob Harlan and filled with people from Green Bay and Ashwaubenon and De Pere, right? And most of those people were gone within 3 years, very quietly. They just, some moved on, like John Schneider, who went out and became a GM out in Seattle, and et cetera. But, you would see people that grew up, that were the sons and daughters and maybe attorneys of people in the Green Bay area, because Bob Harlan was always playing to the board of directors. And Mark Murphy made the board of directors a rubber stamp. And he started bringing it, he would replace him from, she's the current marketing director at Coors in Denver, So he brought in all kinds of outside people to add new ideas. And then and one of them was Ed Policy. And then they came up with Titletown. So in talking to Ed about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I went into detail with him about that, kind of off the air. But he's been there ever since the year after the Super Bowl, firing him McCarthy, restructuring. So now that, the GM, the vice president of finance, Russ Ball, the guy who does the contracts, and the head coach, they now report to the president and CEO. And when I asked him, I said, "You going to keep that structure?" He goes, "Yes, I was in the room when Murphy decided that, and that will continue." So, in other words, Ed Policy is likely going to bring in some of his own people, maybe just in the front office and administrative, but I imagine that there's going to be some change over there. And then the bottom line question was this, and Matt Schneidman, who covers the team for you guys, asked him point blank, "What about LaFleur and about Gutekunst?" He said, "Well, I never want to have guys that have 1 year left in their contract or less, because you make them lame ducks in front of your players and your entire organization. But those guys each have 2 years, so we'll revisit that in a year," which means this will be the prove-it season for Ed Policy on Gutekunst and LaFleur on, okay, where are we going after 8 years or so?
Yeah, and you're now heading into the third year here of Jordan Love starting, and there is that clock starts to tick a little bit, like you said, 8 years there, and now Jordan Love has got you to the postseason a couple of years in a row. Now, can you go further into the postseason? And so this sets up as a important year for Green. It always is, right? There's always an expectation of success in Green Bay, but it puts a little more on it because of all of those factors you just talked about, and of course Jordan Love heading into his third year as a starter.
Now, there's one quote that Ed Policy said that everybody heard when, he said, "Well, what do you," because I asked him, what are the things that now you see, you've got Titletown, you had a very successful NFL draft this past spring. What's the next thing on your plate? Well, it's winning football games. And then the second thing was, and keeping the Packers in Green Bay, to which everyone said, "What?"
Yeah.
So, like, oh, come on. You're not going to be like the Brewers or the Bucks or these other franchises. Like, you're not happy about something, you're going to move we're shareholders. You're not going anywhere. What are you talking about? And then you kind of ask around, and it's like, what he's saying is, he's going back to that lease thing. Remember that story that was out in February where the Packers, they just sort of tabled this deal with getting a lease beyond 2030 for Lambeau Field, and that they wanted to lock that up for the next 30 years or so. And that's the card that he was playing to, like, hey, that's really what his next big thing is is to get the city, to arm wrestle with them and get that thing put aside. And then they can move on to the other things. I'll tell you what, though, next week, though, we're going into camp, and it's going to be the Elton Jenkins contract. Like, it's been really quiet. And I want to say that after the Jair Alexander experience, in which Goody said, and Goody came us to us at practice, waved us over, and held a unscheduled press conference. Okay, let's talk about this. All right, we released Jair Alexander. Now here's what happened, and Gutekunst told us this when we get to meet with him in the room in Indianapolis. Like, all right, the season's over with. We've assessed our players, we've assessed our market values on these players, and here's the number we're putting to Jair Alexander, and we're telling his agent that if dude's only been in 7 games the last 2 years, we ain't paying top dollar for that. He owes us some money, if you will. We're sorry about the injuries, but a deal's a deal here. Here's what we're willing to pay. And Jair's agent said, "Oh, yeah, we'll get back to you on that." And Brian said all the way from February to March through April, it wasn't like there was some sort of bickering or yelling back at each other. They just sort of waited till they got to the deadline, and a few days past that June 1st date to say, "Okay, do you guys want to wake up to reality? Here's our number." And at that point, they said, "You know what? We'll move on to the Ravens. It's closer to North Carolina, which is where Jair is from. He can hook up with his college teammate, and he pretty much got the same money that I think the Packers were offering him. And so I think that's what's going on with Elton Jenkins. They have named their number, and Jenkins' agent is probably saying, all right, we'll get back to you on that. And then next week, then you'll be under that deadline and a new Packer president and CEO overseeing that. But there's this thing that's happened in the last 24 hours where the Chiefs just signed Trey Smith, their right guard, for a 4-year deal, $94 million for a right guard.
Interior linemen generally don't get paid that much, but with the salary cap going up in the last couple of years and signings like that, Mike, that's what makes Elton Jenkins, it's not a holdout. I don't want to call it that. I don't want to call it something that it's not, but it makes that delay, if you will, maybe worth it a little bit.
Smith is guaranteed $70 million. Now, the reason what triggered this whole Elton Jenkins thing is not only you're moving him to center, but you just signed Aaron Banks from the 49ers for 4 years and $77 million. And Jenkins is making 68. That's where it's so. Jenkins' agent has probably said, let's see what happens with the market, because yesterday was the franchise tag deadline. So that's got to play into this as well for Russ Ball with the team as well as Jenkins' agents. Then that people also are trying to stir up this thing about Zach Tom, like maybe he needs to be renewed as well, or start talking about it at right tackle. Pump the brakes on that. It'll be a while before they assess that. They got to get this Elton Jenkins thing done first.
Who's going to be the Packers left tackle in 2025, and who's going to be the Packers left tackle in 2026? Because they've invested a lot in terms of draft choices in that position. They still have an incumbent in Rasheed Walker, but they've got 2 guys that they've spent first and second round draft choices on in the last couple of years that were left tackles, in college. They're not playing left tackle right now, but who's going to be there?
Well, it's Rasheed Walker's job to lose. But it's ridiculous what he's getting paid, how low he's getting paid right now, and as you say, I mean, they invested a overall first round pick in
Morgan,
in Jordan Morgan last year,
and then Anthony Belton this year in the second round.
Yeah, who's a big teddy bear of a kid. An older kid. He's kind of going to be a backup guard. Honestly, I think that's going to be an open competition in camp, and so Rasheed Walker knows that he's going to have that competition, and they'll be facing that. And yeah, Luke Butkus, your offensive line coach, is going to be standing over the blocking sled and looking at that in the first couple of weeks. But I'm sure that they'll go with the guy with experience and that did a pretty good job overall last year in Rasheed Walker. But that could change.
And they keep drafting left tackles. It's just interesting to me. Mike Clemens, who has covered the Packers since the coaching days of Bart Starr, joining us here on Drew and KB. Mikey, we appreciate the time so much. We will see you up at training camp, not only next week, but we'll see you at training camp for the next month or so, and then throughout the season. Can't wait to get going. Good to see you. When was the last time I saw you? A couple of weeks ago at the Brewers game, but good to see you coming up in the next couple of weeks as well, because here we go. Let's strap it on. Let's jump on the treadmill And for me, I think it's NFL season number 32, and it's probably somewhere in the 40s for you.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Hunter. Appreciate it, boys.
All right.
You bet. Thanks, Mike.
There goes Mike Clemens joining us here on the Drew and KB show on the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. Yeah, I think this is my 32nd year covering the NFL.
Wow.
So
that is.
But I got nothing on Mike. I mean, he's been there since Bart Starr was the coach.
You're on your way to 40.
Oh, boy. And we were off to such a nice start.
We were.
Why'd you have to ruin it like that?
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I've got coming up, kind of a fun story about this week's Packers Prime.
Ooh.
And how I kind of fumbled it.
Oh.
That's okay, though.
Oh, my.
I've recovered my own fumble. But we'll talk about that coming up straight ahead.
But did he score?
Well, we'll find out. It's Doug and HB in for Drew and KB on the game.
Right now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. That's money. Enter it now. Win cash at thegameandstuff.com. Thegameandstuff.com.
Miller High Life. Always flavorful, always refreshing, always at the right price. The champagne of beers. Welcome to the High Life. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Adam Pawlak here. Wednesday afternoons, I'm living the high life with Drew and KB. Thanks to my friends at Miller High Life. The champagne of beers, always flavorful, always refreshing. So join us, raise that bottle, and welcome to the high life.
97 through the games. Drew Wilson here for Pep's Draft House Pizza, the official pizza of the Timeout Sports Lounge. Pep's Draft House and the Drew and KB show is celebrating the summer of pizza. That means bigger toppings for your oven and the quality Wisconsin demands. With 15 different varieties, it's easy to find a Pep's that pairs with your favorite brew. My personal favorite is the double pepperoni Doppelbock with a double layer of sliced and diced pepperoni from edge to edge. I love to pour an IPA to go alongside it. My goodness, that hits the spot. Find Pep's Draft House in your grocer's freezer pizza section.
Hey, this is Billy Schmidt here to tell you about the Potawatomi Sportsbook. When it comes to sports betting, scrolling through an app is fine and all, but it just isn't the real thing. It's missing that edge, that exhilaration of live action. There's only one place you can get that, Potawatomi Sportsbook. Step into a sports haven for an all-pro, elite level, won't find anywhere else sports betting experience. The state-of-the-art space features a full bar, food menu, seating for over 200, dozens of kiosks, and an over 2,000 square foot video wall and more. Potawatomi Sportsbook, bet above the rest.
Hello, I'm James Godsill, founder of Community Roofing and Restoration, celebrating 50 years since we began restoring historic and vintage roofs. Now we're a full-service commercial and residential restoration team serving all your needs across southeastern Wisconsin. With 2/3 of our work coming from referrals, Community Roofing brings the experience and credentials to handle any project, and we're proud to give back to the community. Visit communityroofingandrestoration.com. Beauty, durability, and excellence since 1975.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
There's a lot of reasons to shop at Macy's, but here's one you might not know about. Macy's has free personal stylists to help you find the perfect looks for summer. They're experts who know more than just the latest trends. They know how to find the fits, sizes, and designers that are perfect for you. Even better, get an extra 20% off the items you find at your first session. Book your free appointment in-store or at Macys.com/personal stylist. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
Strong to severe thunderstorms late this afternoon and early this evening. The storm should wrap up by 7 to 8 o'clock tonight. Temperatures will drop into the 60s overnight. Much cooler on Thursday with highs in the 60s. I'm Fox 6 Chief Meteorologist Tom walks.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Follow us on Instagram at 97.3 The Game.
It's the best place to keep up with Milwaukee sports.
Pre-game and post-game videos and plenty of other stuff. Follow us now, 97.3 The Game on Instagram.
I'll be here till the end of time.
Attention high school athletic directors and coaches statewide. Iron Jock has a game-changing spirit gear program. They'll heat seal your school's logo on their high-end apparel made of polyester spandex, French terry fleece, and woven fabrics. They don't sell cheap cotton fabric that fades and shrinks, and at their wholesale price. No middleman, marking it up another 50%. Contact our guy at Paul Hansen at ironjock.com. Drew and KB are off today here on The Game. Doug Russell and Hunter Baumgardt. Adam Pawlak will join us coming up at 4 o'clock. So coming up, he's in the studio now. Hi, Adam. So every Sunday leading up to football season.
Yes.
On our flagship station, which is also the Packers, is the flagship of this radio network, and it's the flagship of the Packers radio station, 97.3 The Game in Milwaukee. We play an old Packers game, a classic Packers game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of my baby. I choose the games. I edit the games. I write the scripts around the games. And
you do a bang-up job at it.
Thank you. I kind of fumbled the ball this week.
Uh-oh.
So what happened was I got a game, excuse me, from a couple of years ago. And I'm like, I'm just sitting on this one. I find a good time to bring in a new game. And it's a Jim Irwin and Max McGee broadcast. And it was from 1993. And I'm like, well, this is going to be a good game because it's the late season game. And it was the game that the Packers clinched the playoffs for the first time in a full season since 1972.
Wow. Okay.
I'm like, I'm going through this game. Like, this is a really good game.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of the start of the Mike Holmgren, Ron Wolf, Brett Favre, Reggie White era.
Sure.
And this was the game that clinched the playoffs.
Okay.
What I didn't realize until the early fourth quarter is that it's also the Lambeau Leap game.
Oh.
So now it's like, this is such an important game in Packers history because of what it meant for getting into it's the Lambeau Leap game. I didn't even realize it till I'm editing the damn thing.
Wow.
So
now it's promoted as
now
they finally are back in the playoffs, but
scrap that.
It's the Lambeau
Hash
Leap
can
game.
that. It's the Lambeau Leap game.
They probably added some work for you.
But it did. But that's fine.
Yeah.
If I would have, paid a little bit more closer attention, perhaps that wouldn't have been an issue. Hour number 2 coming up. Stay with us.
.97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.
This sports update is brought to you by American Place Casino. Nonstop excitement just over the Wisconsin border in Lake County, Illinois. Brewers outfielder Sal Frelick has been diagnosed with a grade 1 hamstring strain after he exited the game in the Brewers' win on Sunday. The Brewers are still deciding whether or not to place Frelick on the injured list. The National League are your winners in the 95th MLB All-Star Game last night after the game went to its first ever swing-off. 3 batters get 3 swings per team, and the NL came out on top thanks to Kyle Schwarber going 3 for 3 in his round. Wisconsin Badgers quarterback Nazir Fort-Kareen has had his waiver for another year of eligibility declined. Fort-Kareen had argued that his Division II seasons did not count for his eligibility. The NCAA won their appeal, and Fort-Kareen is no longer eligible to play in Badgers' defensive backfield this season. I'm Dave Gasper on Milwaukee's most listened-to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
Get ready, Badgers football fans. This season will be here soon.
And that's picked off again by Wisconsin, and it floated to him at the 46-yard line.
August 28th, the Badgers open at home against the Red Hawks of Miami.
He's gone all the way. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Listen to the Badgers all season right here, 97.3 The Game.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Got some hefty delays southbound 4145 from Good Hope down to Burleigh. Northbound delays between Mayfair and Hampton. I'm Kevin Henry, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
What's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. You're listening to 97.3 The Game, the #1 sports talk station in Milwaukee. For award-winning injury lawyers, when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law or visit us at nicolaylaw.com. Get the beard, get the win.
Broadcasting worldwide from the Iron Jock Studios. Iron Jock is the official advanced performance gear and apparel worn by the guys on the game. Iron Jock with the most permanent odor protection ever. With fast drying and wicking, anti-static 4-way stretch, cooling, water repellency, and stain blocking. It's performance gear at its best. Learn more at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com. Iron Jock. It's what's inside.
My name is Paul Hansen, founder of Iron Jock Performance Gear. If you are a business owner, college or high school athletic director, or coach, this message is for you. Did you know that you can outfit your business or school in Iron Jock apparel? We can heat seal your business or school logo on our polos, t-shirts, quarter zips, jackets, joggers, and shorts. And most importantly, it's at my wholesale price. There's no middleman to mark it up another 50%. Email me at paulhansen@ironjock.com. That's Paul, Hanson, at ironjoc.com.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
DQ presents How to Make Your Summer Take Flight. Just head into DQ for a new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Treat your inner hero to an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor. Blend it all with legendary DQ soft serve, and it's enough to tempt Superman himself. Fly into DQ for our new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat before it's gone. And don't miss Superman, only in theaters July 11th. DQ, happy tastes good. Only at participating locations.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ziprecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Make 97.3 The Game your #1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Broadcasting from the all-new Iron Jock Studios. Built by Reamer Remodel.
We're ready to roll, baby!
This is WRNW-FM Milwaukee. 97.3 The Game.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are #1. We just grabbed every key demographic. Yeah.
Live from the Iron Jock Studios and brought to you by Bryant and Stratton Athletics. It's the fastest growing sports and stuff show in the Midwest, led by 2 23rd-year seniors who have no interest in entering the transfer portal. It's Drew and KB.
I've never worked in a studio that had 10 glory holes going all at the same time.
There are 2 things that separate humans from animals. 1, we can control our sexual tendencies. 2, when we eat, we use cutlery.
If I could have everybody's attention, we put together a little song and dance in honor of Drew.
I'm an executive by day and a wild man by night.
We don't care what KB says.
I am a mostly able-bodied, neurodivergent, obsessive-compulsive, chronically ill cat parent in mental health recovery.
Do you like lizards? Do you like snakes? Do you like tortoises? Do you like frogs?
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. I have a friend in Jesus.
You're done. You're done. Your mom wears Skechers.
Give me a word, starting with the letter P. Somebody might do to your bottom.
Say penetrate.
I'm a clam guy. Only eat clams. That's all I do.
What the F?
Do you want to start drinking?
Yes.
You know, I'm going to have to go for 420, Bob.
Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its.
Light this candle.
He's right. Let's light this candle. Light the candle.
Do you want to start drinking? Sure. I mean, we're still an hour away from quitting time, but we are living the high life. As Adam Pawlak, the owner of Egg and Flour Pasta Bar, joins us here in studio. Drew and KB are off, but you're stuck with me. I'm Doug. He's Hunter. Well, you know Hunter. You see him every day.
I know you guys. It's
Hi.
okay.
So, hi,
It's
Adam.
a good break
Adam.
from those two, actually.
That's true. We all need that.
And Hunter's on the other side. So if you don't know,
I know.
Hunter's usually on the other side of the glass. Today,
yes,
he has his own chair, his whole setup. He's got a little hula bobblehead going.
We should get him a bobblehead.
Yeah. I got to bring mine in and just plop him in the middle.
There you
Where's
go.
the euchre one?
Yeah, we could add that to our collection here.
Yeah. Bobblehead Island right in the middle of the radio broadcast.
That's true.
We don't really have much of a collection here.
No,
that's okay.
Well, we did in the other studio, but I think those all went in a box.
Yeah, I
when
think
we
you're
made
right.
the move.
Yeah, when we made the move, and then there's that room, that vestibule.
Yeah, there's a room
over there that just has.
I know this is radio. You guys should see this
Garbage.
place. It's amazing. It's like
This place is nice.
like Disneyland for radio.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
We are living
And
the high
our
life.
songs playing.
Yeah, that's true. Fire up a little Stevie Winwood.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
We can all enjoy it together.
Yes, presented by Miller High Life, champagne and beers. Also, get your questions in for Adam, because I know everybody always has a lot, whether you text or call 877-794-1973 on the NicolaLaw.com talk and text line, because everybody, we have so many usually that we can't get to them all, but we'd love to get to yours.
Yeah,
Including Matt from Sun Prairie, who says, Doug, you like to talk about yourself a lot.
Well, we know.
They like to listen to you talk about yourself a lot, apparently.
Yeah. I think Matt has done some complaining about just about everybody.
Oh, good. So I'm next on the hit list.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm next.
It's fantastic.
Wait.
Oh, it's hard to complain about Adam. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't say too much bad things.
No.
So it's how you living the high life? What's good in your world?
Yeah, who's living the high life here?
Living the high life for me, I got two.
Okay.
We'll get to the second one in a second, but the first one is the Miz, obviously, at the All-Star game. I think he crushed it.
That was awesome.
And
Absolutely.
shut up all the people that were hating.
Yeah. Enough of
Which-
the haters.
I mean, I know the game's somewhat serious to some of these players. You know, you get bonuses and stuff
Sure.
to get to the game, and you win, you get a bonus, whatever it is. But they decide. It's not like
Yeah.
it, you know, like let the league decide who they want to show, and that kid will remember that forever. And he played really good. It's not like he disappointed everyone. So I'm giving him. We're raising high lives to him. We'll send him a 6-pack.
There you go.
Yeah.
For Halloween, if you put a number 32 jersey on Hunter, could he pass?
He's not tall enough.
Well, that's true.
Nor the body mass is a little low. Sorry, Hunter.
Yeah, no, but it's Jacob Mizorowski is he's tall.
Yeah,
Yes.
Hunter.
Like
if
him?
we need to put like BB on the back of his jersey, Bat Boy, and then.
Well, that was Adam.
Eric Sogard.
No, was that Eric Sogard or was that what?
Sogi.
That was the pitcher, Zach Davies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that guy who left his wife with a text message.
Well, yeah.
Seriously.
That's wild. Hunter's like the guy that's holding all the strawberry daiquiris coming down the stairs. I think he looks like a guy that works at the stadium. We can do that.
Hey,
That'd be a great Halloween costume. Ballpark concession guy.
Yeah.
Have a bag on your head and just yell at people. Hot dog. Look at this.
That's true.
You could actually have real hot dogs and give them out to people. That'd be a great Halloween more of maybe a Halloween house party.
Sure.
If you could add something to the culinary experience at American Family Field, what would it be?
Oh man, that's a loaded question. And probably literally something's going to be loaded there.
That's why I asked.
They do a really good job. This is super random, but like Italian food isn't like the biggest ballpark thing.
Right.
But I think like chicken parm sandwich, meatball sub could easily fit in that realm, just wrapped up in the foil and whatnot. I mean, when I've seen people leaving lines with their food, it looks like they're at like a full-blown restaurant at this point with onion rings and cheese curds on burgers and crazy sauce. I mean, why not throw a meatball sub or a chicken parm in there?
I like that. Absolutely. Adam Pawlak joining us, our Milwaukee celebrity chef, joining us here on the Drew and KB radio experience. I've never asked you this question because I'm not usually in here for Drew or KB, but I just got done watching The Bear.
Okay.
Thumbs up or thumbs down as a chef watching it?
I mean, I always say thumbs up because I love entertainment and I love anything that has to do with our industry and getting that out there more. I wish they showed more positive things. I mean, The Bear is kind of like your local news channel. It's just like nothing but the horrible things coming at you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, we want big numbers and we want people to watch it and be on the edge of their seat. But the funniest part about the whole thing is after the season comes out, they just start saying like Emmys. And it goes, for comedy series. And I go, there is nothing funny about that show.
Yeah.
Like it's all anger, yelling, stress, money problems. I don't know how they landed in the comedy sector,
Right. That's the other thing. We're going to have Matt Miller on coming up on Friday, I believe. And,
right.
you know, with the Emmy nominations that came out, they continue to put The Bear in the comedy category.
Yeah.
There's nothing funny in that show.
No, there's not. I mean, just
Weird.
what's his name with all the tattoos? I always forget his
Fact
name.
Brothers.
Yeah.
And he yells too much, although in season 4 it was a little bit less than in season 3. Season 3 it got way old.
I mean, I wish they would film more and then give us longer seasons.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's the money thing, but it's like get some more information in there and get some more of like dialogue and like show some more things. A lot of it is like 5 minutes excitement, 10 minutes of two people sitting and talking where like you're finishing their sentences for them when you're watching it because you're like, you know what they're going to say or what, but I like it.
What do they get the most right and what do they get the most wrong?
You know, obviously probably the most right they do is all the problems that come outside of the kitchen, you know, with I think it's his sister having a baby and like family issues and not being able to show up to weddings when you're in the business, stuff like that. I mean,
it's like radio.
Yeah.
People need to remember that like the restaurant industry is not that bad. It's not, you know, every single day you're dreading to be there. I just wish something would show no druggies, no alcoholics, no yelling, no stress, because there is those times too.
Do you think it's, you know, just cooking in general, you know, restaurant could be lumped into this, is portrayed better, or that type of style is portrayed better in like, say, the shows that you've been on rather than like the total fiction shows like The Bear?
Kind of. I love when people say like reality TV.
Right.
It's like, it's literally an oxymoron. It's like, why is this called reality TV?
Yeah,
There's nothing about reality. You're on a set.
Right.
And it's a one-time thing. No.
Totally.
But like some of the shows could be like that. I mean, you compare Chopped to like clearing out your refrigerator and your pantry when you don't want to go grocery shopping, I guess. True. Hell's Kitchen when your husband or your wife's had a bad day and they're yelling at you while you're cooking for your family. That's very like Hell's Kitchen, you know. I don't know. It's a lot. I mean, The Bear shows a lot of different aspects, and it's also different because it's showing a high-end restaurant. It's not like a 200-seat commodity restaurant that is just busy all the time, and it's more like basic food. They're showing more of high-end food and how that world is. So it's a little bit different, but I will give it a thumbs up. To your question 5 minutes ago, thumbs up on The Bear. It's good entertainment.
And the Michelin star thing, that's still as advertised on that show?
Yeah,
Prominent?
of course. Yeah. I mean, they are always talking about trying to get the stars, and that's what it is trying to get those Michelin stars and show it. But, you know, some restaurants go years or go forever that are at that caliber that never even get 1 star. So
interesting.
We'll see.
The NicoletLaw.com talk and text line available to you, 1-877-794-1.
Yeah, we have anything exciting on there?
Yeah. This is from, let's see, unnamed in the 262. Yeah,
that's okay.
Write your name on it we can call you something.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? I'm tired and hungry home cooked dinner. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Steve in Springfield. So sorry, Steve.
Got it.
My bad,
Steve. I mean, there's a lot of them. Recently, what I've done because I've been trying to eat, I wouldn't say healthier, but eat less in general because that's a big problem I have. I accidentally bought like 172 chewy granola bars that showed up to my house from Amazon. So I've just been eating those instead of actually having like a meal, you know, or something like that, which gets me through good. I don't know what they call it. Good fiber, maybe.
Yeah.
nutrients.
Half of them are the chocolate chip ones. That doesn't really count. I'm kind of eating dessert for every day. But for that question, I would say, like, I've talked about this before. It's like butter noodles with the Parmesan shaker right over the top, a lot of black pepper. That's a go-to for me. I love making grilled cheeses in different ways and different forms. I've done that before. I don't usually, I've been really bad at stocking my refrigerator. I usually have like 4 frozen pizzas and a box of Uncrustables in there. And then what I do with the Uncrustable is like melt a little butter in a pan and kind of toast the Uncrustable up.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, that would make it a little better.
A little cinnamon sugar action on there when it comes out. Just got to let it cool down or it's going to burst all over your face and burn your mouth. But
next time Adam comes in and I'm around, I want to bring in my little skillet because I want you to taste my.
Do it.
What's that?
We need to do a cooking segment in the station.
That's what I'm saying because I think I make a pretty good grilled cheese.
He does.
Sure.
He does.
And I want an expert to taste it.
Okay. Are we talking about like gourmet, like the sourdough, tomato slices, all that? Or are we talking like Wonder Bread, Kraft Singles, margarine?
There's no Kraft Singles.
Oh.
There will not be a Kraft Single anywhere near.
Well, how do you get a good cheese pull that if you're not putting plastic cheese in between your bread?
Right. So here's the way I do it. I just use regular Wonder Bread.
Sure.
But I put mayonnaise on the sides that go down onto the grill.
Yeah.
And then cheddar, and then sometimes provolone, and then sometimes, not always, but sometimes I'll put some pepperoni in there.
Oh, okay.
And then put it together. Okay. Then put some sharp cheddar sprinkles on the outside of the bread.
Yeah, get some crust going.
Yeah, and then flip it over and do the same thing.
Sure. So my only thing is just throw those little pepperonis around your grilled cheese so they kind of crisp up and get some flavor, and then just open it up and throw them in there. And then it's cooking in the pepperoni grease.
I like that.
If you just put the pepperoni on the inside, they're not really cooking. They're kind of like, they're rendering the fat out of them, but that could work.
Interesting.
Brad in the 920, are you a fan of cream cheese for a grilled cheese?
You know, I have to be because my super grilled cheese has pimento cheese in it as well, which is really, really good. And there's cream cheese in that. Cream cheese goes good with anything, I will say. Have you ever had cream cheese on a pizza? It's pretty good.
Not a big cream cheese guy, though.
No.
It's just not my thing.
The cream cheese on a pizza is good. I think I did have that once.
Yeah.
It was really good. Also, Jeff from Germantown said he recently did a grilled cheese hot dog, and it was the bomb.
Sure. I mean, I don't know how that would be bad.
Right.
Interesting.
You know what I like to do is take your normal crescent dough, and then you roll up Kraft Singles and hot dogs in the crescent dough, and then you bake it off, and it's like handheld. But that's kind of like a grilled cheese hot dog.
So other than the pepperoni and then
the
cooking
cheese
it
crust.
separately,
Oh, yes.
how else could I elevate my grilled cheese game?
With like, what's what you said?
Yeah.
I like Colby Jack and grilled cheese because it melts really good. It kind of looks really good too. For that specific one, oh man, maybe, I mean, people might be really mad at this, but I like a tad bit of freshness in the grilled cheese for what you're talking about. So really, really finely shaved like iceberg lettuce and some oil and vinegar and oregano, and throw that in there. Pull it apart, pile it in like Jersey Mike style.
Sure.
Kind of press it down.
Okay.
But I'm very classic too. I like the Kraft Singles Wonder Bread. You flan it really down, like really hard, and you eat. It's like, and then triangles or straight cut, whatever you want to do. It's like each side's a 2-bite or 4 bites, and you're done.
Yeah, I usually do the triangle cut myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You made it for us once for a Packer game, and it was absolutely delicious.
It feels like you have more when you cut it in a triangle.
I know, right?
You're right, actually.
Yeah. I don't know. The
Kraft
Singles thing. I was sworn off of Kraft Singles when I was a kid, just because you're right. It's not good cheese. It's just it's plastic.
Right. Yeah.
But the only time that I can stomach the American cheese like that is when I go to Five Guys. Of course, my loan has to get approved before I purchase the Five Guys. But as soon as that gets through and everything's approved and the paperwork is signed, they put the regular Kraft. I don't know if it's regular Kraft Singles on it, but it's the American cheese. And for some reason, in that setting,
on a burger, it's so good too. Like for me too, and when I think of grilled cheese, my mom would always serve grilled cheese, like basic, like I said, kind of triangle. And then for some reason, there was always the round Tostitos, like chips, that always came with the grilled cheese and a little bit of crunch. That's like what we had. So it's like when I think of grilled cheese, I think of like Tostitos, round chips, and something about the texture and the taste with the grilled cheese. That's my home. So if anyone out there listening wants to eat what I ate as a child,
I think a lot of people do. Chuck in West Bend. Damn, now I want a grilled cheese. Yeah, you and me both.
that's what I'm thinking. I might stop home, grab a loaf of bread and a pack of Kraft Singles. Sorry,
that's okay.
Looks
I
like
always have butter in my fridge.
Looks like we got a caller here. Avery from Oconomowoc giving us a call, has a question for Adam. Avery, welcome to the show.
Hey there, how are you guys doing? I want to shout out to all the smart and good-looking listeners of the Lake Country area and the greater Milwaukee area. You guys are awesome.
Well, we're on the state, around the state too. Don't forget about Rhinelander. Don't forget about Twin Ports.
Yeah, everyone drinking High Life too.
Of course, we can't forget about that. But I just want to say, Chef Adam, I've been listening to your segments for a long time. You and KB have had me on a few times for sports things. I'm a huge sports guy, but I'm a chef. And you know what? I would love to share with you, man. You speak my language to a T.
Well,
seriously, man.
I appreciate that, and I'm glad that we can resonate with each other.
I would work for you for a couple days for no pay.
I think
is that called a stage?
Is that what that's called? That is a stage, and in about 2010, that'd be okay. It's 2025. I might get sued for that.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to pay me lunch.
Yeah.
So guess what?
I think you're just looking for free lunch at this point.
I stopped wanting to be the head chef because my son's growing up so fast. I'm like, I'm missing his life. And guess what? I stepped down, and I'm just a line cook.
Yeah,
so
that's okay.
And you know what? You inspire me. When I hear you, man, you're great, dude.
Well, I appreciate that.
100% great.
And I hope you keep listening.
Yeah. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, appreciate
I love that.
That's there you go, inspiring people.
Nothing, and by the way, stepping down and being a line, there's nothing wrong with being a line cook. You're feeding people.
No, I mean, I stepped down when I was an executive chef because I had to learn more stuff. I knew deep down that I did not know it all. So as a young executive chef, it was the best decision I ever made. Demoted myself and took a sous chef job and then went back to it later on.
Oh, Big Daddy from Slinger saying question
Big
for
Daddy?
Adam. Yeah, Big Daddy and Slinger.
All right.
Question for Adam. My brother-in-law makes a mean tomato basil pasta, but won't dish out the recipe. I know it involves Roma tomatoes, quite a bit of garlic and salt, but not sure on the rest of the process. Any thoughts?
All right, here we go. I'm going to give you the 20-second version of what your brother is making for you.
Here we go.
In a saute pan, oil, onions, garlic, a lot of tomatoes, tomato paste, white wine, a bunch of fresh basil. Cook that down for 8 to 10 minutes till it breaks down a little bit. Put it in a blender, throw it back in the pan, cook your pasta, throw it in there, toss. Bunch of Parmesan cheese and fresh basil to garnish.
There you go. And if you missed any of that, we are live on YouTube and you can rewind and you can hear all of that and you can slow it down.
This will be posted on the website later this week.
As the podcast. Absolutely. Brad says, can you post your pimento cheese recipe on Instagram?
All right, should we do another 20-second recipe? Are we going to be adding this now?
Yeah, might as well.
Cream cheese, pimentos, obviously, cheddar cheese, Colby cheese. Make sure it's sharp cheddar, salt and pepper. You can throw a little fresh or pickled jalapenos in there. But pimento cheese, I feel like it's a personal preference, but just don't make it too thin. You want it that kind of thick, and you want it to get it cold after you make it. Back in the refrigerator, and use it for all types of things on top of burgers, grilled cheese, your hot dogs, whatever. I think it's good if you want to have a pizza crust and spread that on and then top it with whatever you want. I don't think there's any rules when it comes to pimento cheese.
No. Also, Bennett from Brookfield says, what's your favorite pizza crust? His is New York.
I really like, because I feel like it's the most like flavor-esque is either going to be that Neapolitan when you're eating the crust itself, or Detroit with the crust and the cheese. No one can go wrong with that.
No.
What do you think? How do you feel about Chicago style pizza? Some people call it a casserole. I enjoy it myself.
Oh, like deep dish?
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't eat it a lot, maybe once a year, but it's fine. It's kind of like, fork and knife. It is what it is.
Fair enough. Adam Pawlak joining us here, the owner of the Egg and Flour. In Milwaukee, and we are taking your phone calls.
Yeah, and you can get plenty of tomato pasta there, and we're open every day.
Oh, it's 420.
It's 420.
It's 420. Time now to answer the question that is on everyone's mind as we have kind of a detour into the silly. What are you high?
Are you high? You're huffing grass?
And we are going to have Drew and KB talk about our friends at Happy Place Hemp before we get to our story. And Adam's going to bring us.
Yeah, Adam's bringing it to us today.
Doing it.
What we're going to do is we're going to have Drew and KB tell us about Happy Place Hemp, who sponsors this segment.
We celebrate the guys from HappyPlaceHemp.com at 420 every day, but we use their products throughout the day. Check out the vast array that they have at HappyPlaceHemp.com. See what you need, and then fill up your cart and get 25% off using the code Drew and KB. Rob and Chris are two of the nicest guys we've met. They've been with us for a long time, and we love the CBD products that they craft right there in Muskego. They make everything they sell in the store and online. Check them out. Use the code Drew and KB for 25% off at HappyPlaceHemp.com.
All right, Drew. Thanks very much. Appreciate that. All right, Adam, what do you got for us?
All right, this is yet another reason to pay before you post. A Chinese restaurant customer was left flabbergasted after she had a bill that she was stuck with for $60,000. And you might ask, how does that happen? Well, she was online and she was posting about her meal that she ate at this restaurant. And, the internet never fails.
Of course.
And everyone on the internet that was looking, that was pretty diabolical, took the QR code that was on the menu of the picture of the food she was posting and started ordering.
Uh-oh.
And when we say ordering, we're not talking about throwing extra side fry on that order or something like this. We're talking about $60,000 worth. And this happened in southern China. So not here, okay? But this is some of the dishes include 2,580 orders of squid, 1,850 orders of duck blood, which is a popular delicacy in the region, and 9,990 portions of shrimp paste.
Oh my God.
Even after they recognized the error, was all she deleted the pic, but people still had it downloaded or screenshot and continued to order. They had to move her from her table that she was at with that QR code to another table so she could enjoy her actual meal.
No.
Imagine the ticket printer just going off and the people in the kitchen going,
it's like CVS on crack.
But to all the people and all those influencers and food people out there that always post videos and pictures and want to influence people to eat at restaurants, to Miss Wang here, that was her name, all I have to say is, what are you, high?
Are you high? You huffing shrimp paste?
Maybe she had 3,000 portions of shrimp paste to huff.
All right.
That's my what are you high
done.
today.
Well done.
Very
Great
well
debut.
done. That was good.
That was very good.
Great
I had
debut.
I had to give KB, had to make him proud.
Absolutely. I think you just did.
He's probably listening. I mean, what else is he going to do on his day off?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's possible.
Fatter Joe says, I don't get the deep dish hate. It's hard to go wrong with tomato, bread, cheese, and whatever add-ins you like. So I like the deep dish, but I know not everyone does. There are some people, and sometimes it's like provincial, like anyone from New York admitting that they like anything but New York style pizza is almost blasphemy there.
Yeah, I mean, they're lying. They like it all. I mean, for me, deep dish is like lasagna. I don't have it often, but if it sits and hangs out and comes together a little bit, then I enjoy it. I don't want a big slob of hot, sauce and pasta or crust and cheese and all that all over my plate. I'm kind of like a snob when it comes to lasagna. So I treat it like that, but good flavors.
Yeah.
And they kind of use that chunky tomato sauce where you can kind of see it running through there. I've always been a fan of back in the day, Eduardo's deep dish pizza. I worked there for about 7 hours for the first day of Summerfest when I was a child. And then I told my mom I'm never coming back.
There was a Lou Malinotti's in my neighborhood. Well, there was one when I lived in Chicago. There was one, but then more recently in Waukesha, there was one where the old gas house used to be, but it didn't last very long.
Which is crazy. The pro tip for Luminaldi's is their thin crust is amazing.
Really?
Yes, I put down a lot of that. I was actually catering a house party where I was doing like the food or whatever, but they got some Luminaldi's thin crust pizza for the kids. And let me tell you,
you enjoyed it.
You know how kids don't really eat that much, but after I was done serving all the adults, I hit that pizza pretty hard.
That's fantastic.
I wanted to, before we let you go, ask you about your event coming up on August 10th.
Yes, we have a huge event August 10th for Cooking for Kids. That's my charity foundation. It is at Ray's Butcher Shop, 50th and Loomis from 1 to 4. It is family friendly, kid friendly. We're going to have the Greenfield Fire Department there with a fire truck and firefighters and all that cool stuff. We're going to have a DJ BG Good, a good friend of mine, is going to be providing the jams. And then I will be cooking. We're going to have burgers, brats, hot dogs, all the good stuff with sides and stuff. We're actually going to have a table where when you order your food and you get your burger, brat, or hot dog, you have to take it over to the kids' table for all of the toppings, and you have to let the kids top it how they want it to.
Love it.
Very cool.
So you don't have a choice. You might get a lot of relish and maybe one squirt of mustard, but
love it.
We're helping the kids. And that all goes to Children's Wisconsin. Cooking for Kids, WI.org is the website, but just kind of jot that down. Follow us on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Adam_PAWLAK23. Let's get that up. We're trying to get to 16,000 for a big giveaway.
That'd be awesome. And then if you're down on South,
we're going to drink
Avenue,
a lot of High Life too. Tons of High Life.
Yes.
Lots of High Life. Got to be living the High Life.
You do, as we do every Wednesday.
Living the High Life presented by Miller High Life.
This is our other theme song playing. You know,
this is. Yep.
Maybe we don't have it today. You're not back there.
No, we'll find it eventually.
You can also check them out at the Egg and Flour Pasta Bar on South Howell Avenue in Milwaukee. If you're in the neighborhood, drop by, say hello.
Bayview, every day 11 to 9, just closed on Tuesdays.
There you go. Adam, appreciate the time. Good to see you.
All right, boys. Thank you.
All right, there he is. There he goes. Adam Pawlak, Living the High Life, presented by Miller High Life. Coming up next, we'll check in with Wags, Paul Wagner from the Lake Country Dockhounds, former Brewers right-hander, former Pirates right-hander, former Cleveland Indians right-hander. Pitch for anybody else? Did I get them all?
I think so. We can confirm.
Yeah, we'll do that coming up next. Drew and KB are off. I'm Doug. He's Hutter. We're back. Stay with us on the game.
Packers football returns August 9th. Can you believe it? It's the preseason opener against the Jets at Lambeau. Jacobs plowing the middle to the end zone. Touchdown! And the only place to hear it is right here, Milwaukee's most listened to sports station and the home of the Green Bay Packers. And there is your dagger. 97.3 The Game.
For award-winning injury lawyers, when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law. Get the beer, get the win.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Northbound on 4194, the off-ramp to Highway C partially blocked with a stalled vehicle. Stay on the left side of that ramp. Southbound A94, slow most of the way from the zoo down to the Hale Interchange. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Terminix Batzner. Wake up every morning in a pest-free home with Batzner Pest Control's Pest-Free 365 service, their year-round preventative pest control program. To learn more and to save $50 off your initial pest service, visit Batzner.com today.
Miller High Life. Always flavorful, always refreshing, always at the right price. The champagne of beers. Welcome to the High Life. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Adam Pawlak here. Wednesday afternoons, I'm living the High Life with Drew and KB. Thanks to my friends at Miller High Life. The champagne of beers, always flavorful, always refreshing. So join us, raise that bottle, and welcome to the High Life.
Are you buying or selling? Greg Urchel here from Urchel Real Estate Group, partner of the Drew and KB Show. I've been in the real estate business for over 20 years. I'm a practicing lawyer, so I've seen almost everything there is to see when buying or selling commercial or residential real estate. I've built a trusted team around me to provide our clients with the highest level of service available in this market. We are much more than just a traditional agent. We are Urchel Real Estate Group. Buying or selling? Go to urchelrealestate.com or email me, Greg, at urchel.com. ERCHULL.com.
Drew and KB here with our buddies, Rob and Chris from happyplacehemp.com. KB and I have used CBN gummies as a sleep aid. Some people use melatonin gummies that they get at the discount stores and things like that. What is the difference? What's the benefit to a CBN gummy?
The CBN gummies is a blend of CBD, CBN, and a small amount of THC. And it doesn't make you drowsy. It doesn't make you sleepy. I've talked about this. It puts you in a great headspace. It kind of shuts your mind off and just helps you relax. And for some reason, if you're super relaxed, you're going to fall asleep easier. Give me a call. Otherwise, just trial and error. Get a sample pack of the gummies. Get a bottle of tincture. Try things out and see what works best for you.
Hey, let's talk about the new store hours. You guys realized that your customers were having a hard time getting to you before 5 o'clock, so you're helping them out.
Yeah, that's been the case for, coming up on 5 years now. We're open Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9 to 7, and Saturday, 10 to 2.
Remember, quick and easy ordering at happyplacehemp.com. Promo code Drew and KB for 25% off your order every time.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Alzheimer's disease is the 6th leading cause of death in the country, and it's affecting almost 7 million Americans, including 110,000 people here in Wisconsin. UW-Madison is working hard to improve the lives of those affected, offering resources to educate and the latest in research and technology. The UW Initiative to End Alzheimer's has so many ways you can benefit, learn, get involved, and make a difference. Visit goalsforacure.org. That's goalsforacure.org.
Join iHeartRadio and Sarah Spain in celebrating the 1-year anniversary of iHeart Women's Sports.
With powerful interviews and insider analysis, our shows have connected fans with the heart of women's sports. In just 1 year, the network has launched 15 shows and built a community united by passion.
Podcasts that amplify the voices of women in sports.
Thank you for supporting iHeart Women's Sports and our founding sponsors, Elf Beauty, Capital One, and Novartis.
Just open the free iHeart app and search iHeart Women's Sports to listen now.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Drew and KB show without Drew or KB. They're back on Monday, taking the week off, the week of the All-Star game off. Taking a look at, well, you and I do the schedule.
We do.
So here's a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
So when we put out the schedule, we put in green who's off, and there were so many margins this week of who's off.
Oh my. Yes, a lot of them. And hey, take your vacation when you can. Take your vacation.
Well, maybe just not all at the same time.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of moving parts this week, but we're navigating it. And next week, but we are navigating it the absolute best we can and trying to bring you fantastic content nonetheless.
Yeah. I hope you guys are having some fun with us. We're certainly having some fun with you. Thanks to Adam Pawlak for joining us. And we await, hopefully, coming up, we are efforting, as they say in the biz, Paul Wagner from the Lake Country Dockhounds. Every once in a while, because I live out in Lake Country, you drive past their stadium, and it's like every time there's a game going on, it's like, man, I just kind of want to stop and watch a few innings.
Yeah.
It's a fun little ballpark. We've been out there a few times. It's really convenient for us. We go to a lot of Brewers games when we can as well. And we like to see different ballparks. We've been to 3 different ballparks this year.
Oh,
Philadelphia and Baltimore earlier in the year, and obviously games at American Family Field as well.
Yeah.
But that little ballpark that they have out there,
it's neat.
It is. It's really, and there's not a bad seat in the house.
No, and it's great for families. There's a lot of places for kids to run around. There's activities to do during the games. Like there's a lot for families out there, and that's what's really cool about it. Is it's a great family event for the Dockhounds for a game to at that stadium to see the Dockhounds.
Without a doubt. And joining us on the program right now, we have located the Hall of Fame pitching coach. I don't know if there's a Hall of Fame for the American Association, but there should be, and he should be in it. His name is Paul Wagner, and he joins us here on the Drew and KB show without Drew or KB with Doug and Hunter. Wags, what's going on?
Doug, I don't know about that Hall of Fame stuff.
I said
Hall
for
of Shame.
I said for the American Association.
I know I missed out on my voting. Things are going good. Things are going good. The boys are playing well. We just hope this rain stays away. A little bit more west of us in Madison, but so far we're dry, and we look like we're going to get our first pitch at 6:35 today.
Who do you guys got coming in tonight?
We have the Gary Railcats from good old Gary, Indiana. Yeah, so we have to take advantage of us being at home rather than in Gary.
So that's
right
another
now.
stadium
And
that you can drive past and kind of see it off into the distance when you're driving to Indianapolis. And that's a neat little ballpark too. I love those little the minor league ballparks that the Railcats play in, that you guys play in as well. Those are just some of my favorite places.
Yeah, it is. It is really actually is a nice ballpark, and it's right off the highway, so you can see it like you said, and it's kind of neat. It is. It's a really nice little. The league in general is pretty nice. I mean, in different cities that I had never gone to, being in a more of a big city or a big market, playing days. But now it's kind of nice to see. I don't know, rural America, the Fargo, North Dakotas, the Sioux City, Iowas, and stuff like that. It's kind of nice. It really is.
What's the favorite city you've been to as a member of the Dock Hounds?
Now it's good. Yeah, I know. Okay, Chicago and Kansas.
Well, that's
City.
a neat ballpark too, and another one that you can see from the highway.
Yeah,
when you're near O'Hare.
Right as you're going to O'Hare. Yep. Impact Stadium. We go down there we leave Friday, so we have a 3-game series before our All-Star break. Not obviously the Brewers are coming off of theirs, but we have our All-Star break coming up. So we got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down in Chicago at Impact Stadium right there in Rosemont by O'Hare.
Very nice. And the one time that I actually bring it all full circle, the one time that I did go to the Railcats Stadium was for the 2005-ish All-Star game. And I forgot what league that they were playing in at the time, but it was an independent league. It wasn't the Midwest League or anything like that. But I went to that All-Star game and I met Buck O'Neill at that game.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
It was one of the coolest things ever.
It is. It's nice. It's nice. It is. It's pretty cool. The people that you run into, and you don't realize what independent baseball is, and what kind of clout, or not necessarily clout, but what independent baseball actually brings to communities. Sort of like the minor league system for organizations, and it's just baseball and it's entertainment, and it's for communities that can't obviously afford or have the ability to have a big league team or access to it.
Without a doubt. What'd you think of the All-Star game last night and the home run derby to end it?
I like it. So somebody was telling me that the names were pre-drawn before the game started, so you knew if it did go past 11 or if whatever inning it goes to, that those were the people that were going to swing the bat. I thought it was kind of, I don't know. I thought it was kind of neat. I'm okay with it. I thought if MLB wants to do that, I thought, if you're going to add so many things, I said, Matt, if you're going to do the Hollywood, let's just say 9 innings, big league game, you play 1 or 2 extra innings. If it goes past that, you have a home run inning contest, sort of like a shootout in hockey.
Because, especially now with the ghost runner at second, so to speak, or as Doug calls it, the Manfred man.
The Manfred man.
I think it would end within 1 or 2 innings anyway. The likelihood is high that it would end within 1 or 2 innings anyway. So
right.
I would be okay with them going another inning or 2 before the home run derby.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd go. Yeah, give them 2, go 9, and then we'll go 2 ghost runners, 10 and 11, and after that, then it's an all-out shootout home run battle.
When you were playing in the majors, talk me through the All-Star break, because you guys only had maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 days off a month through the grind of a season. You had spring training into that as well. When you were at the Pirates, and they were good when Barry Bonds was still around before that whole thing didn't go so well for you guys. I mean, you're going like 7+ months with very few days off. How sacred are those days during the All-Star break?
They are, and that is the reason why I think so many people bypass it. I think when money becomes not, and I hate to say you play the game for money, but obviously you work to make money to pay your bills. But when you're making stupid salaries, the $150,000 or the $100,000 bonus for a 3-day vacation with your family, like you just said, Dougie, that you haven't seen in a while, it doesn't make sense. And so guys look forward to that. Spring training comes, our traveling secretary will also say, if you don't make the All-Star team, what are you thinking? Do you want me to do travel? Do you want me to do something for you? Do you want me to put you in mind? Do you want me to talk to your wife, your girlfriend, your spouse, your family, your parents? And people plan on that. It's scheduled days off.
See, you're glad you never made an All-Star team, right?
I don't know. I was voting. I got screwed. You know what? No, when it says when the italics on the back of your baseball card is in italics, usually that's a good thing. But when it's in the loss column and it says you led Major League Baseball in losses, not wins, you ain't making many All-Star games.
To be fair, that only happened to you once.
Only one. Yeah.
Oh my! Going down memory lane there. You want to leave it at that, Wags?
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But talking about question here about the Brewers first half. I mean, and to go into the break, talk about momentum into the break. 7 wins in a row. Almost didn't want the break at that time because you were on such a roll. How about the way the Brewers just played over the last month and a half to get to where they are now?
You know what? It's really incredible. And you tip your hat to everybody, including your 26-man roster, your front office, and your coaching staff, putting together this team and the way they play good baseball. There's good baseball being played, and it's 9 innings. It's 27 outs, where this Milwaukee Brewer team, you never know whether they're going to win right away, lose, battle, how they're going to play. Because, take it for not. When the season started and we left the Bronx in New York, people were thinking this team could go 0-162, sarcastically. But, it was like, what in the world are we going to do? And this team has been put together so well. Now you start talking about the additions at the trade deadline, and I hope it's additions. And what the additions need to be are minimal. I mean, you're looking for a big bat. If Hoskins is out for 6 weeks or whatever he's out for, you need someone to pop a homer. But the way these guys are playing, I tip my hat to them. The pitching staff, the coaching staff, the players, position, everything is going well.
What's the secret sauce in Milwaukee to that? Because I've buried this team, and I didn't do it this year, even though it was tempting because, they didn't spend any money in the offseason. Willie Adames was allowed to leave via free agency. They got only the compensatory pick back in return for him. But in years past, it's like this team isn't as good as blah, 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 whether it's the Cubs or the Cardinals or anybody else. Cincinnati was supposed to have it come up this year with Terry Francona, for example. But there's just, I don't know if it's something in the water. I don't know if it's something down there at American Family Fields of Phoenix. I don't know if it's what Murph has created or continued on from Counts. I don't know if it's what David Stearns created or continued on from Doug Melvin and now continued on through Matt Arnold. I don't know what the secret sauce is, but this team on paper is never supposed to be as good as it is when spring training ends.
I think it's a double-edged sword. You want, like you just said, you want to make the big acquisition. You want to get the big bomber. We wanted to sign Willie Adames. But the organization knows who is who. When you have too many guys, or you have guys that are, I'm going to say superstars, it can have, believe it or not, it can have a negative effect somehow, some way, shape, or form. With the Milwaukee Brewers, when they choose, or the ones that they give out their contracts to, remember, let's just say we can give out one big contract. That is it. We're not the multi-contract, team. We don't have 4 guys making $30 million a year, but we choose wisely. The Milwaukee Brewers choose wisely. Ryan Braun, Christian Yelich, Jackson Churio. When you have the right people that are there, not too many, you have the surrounding cast that busts their ass all the time to win because they want to get that opportunity. And again, don't get me wrong, I'd love to have Aaron Judge, Pete Alonso, we all would, but sometimes it takes away from chemistry. And in the way this Brewer team is put together, the way the talent level is and what they do, they play together really, really well as a team and as a group.
Paul Wagner joining us here for just a couple more minutes here on the Drew and KB show. And when the season began, I mean, Devin Williams was gone as well. I mentioned Willie Adames. I guess maybe leave you with this. Did you know that did you have a feeling that Trevor McGill was going to be able to pick up right from where Devin Williams left off and has had an amazing season, and much better season than Devin has had in New York?
No, and I don't, and if you're going to tell me somebody did besides Chris Hook or Matt Arnold or Pat Murphy, or Jim Henderson, I'm probably going to call you crazy.
Then you're going to call me crazy because that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's a great. Then you're in the wrong business. You should tell Red Hot that you need an assistant GM job because you know what? You never know. The pieces have always seemed to work. Locking up a Freddie Peralta early on. Letting this person go, letting a Corbin Burns go. Did we know he was going to have surgery? No, but the right time. It seems like the Milwaukee Brewers make the right decisions at the right times. Yes, there's a few that they've missed on, and they get blown up once in a while, but overall, very, very conscious, perfect decisions, almost perfect, and that's how they play, and that's how this organization has to do it and operate.
Wags, you may have led the National League in losses, but you were leading the league in losses in the show, which is more than 99.99999% of people out there that are listening right now. We always appreciate the time and the insights. Go beat the Railcats tonight.
All right. Thanks, boys. Enjoy the rest.
All right. You too. There he goes. Paul Wagner joining us here on the Drew and KB show. Yeah. He may have led the league in losses. He may have had 16 losses in 1995.
Sure.
That was in the show.
It was. There is something for being in the show. And speaking of show, they put on a great show over at the Lake Country Dockhounds.
Don't spend 8 years in the majors if you suck.
Right. Dockhounds.com for all that information.
I know that he likes to downplay his major league career.
He does.
It was a major league
career.
Yep. That was pretty damn long.
I'd say.
All right. Paul Wagner joining us from the Lake Country Dockhounds. Go check them out there in the Oconomowoc area. Drew and KB, they're off. I'm Doug. He's Hunter. Pipe is with us. You're with us. Appreciate you being with us. More to come here on the game. Stay with us.
Right now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Green. That's green. Enter it now. Win cash at thegameandstuff.com. Thegameandstuff.com.
97 through the games. Drew Olson here for Pep's Draft House Pizza, the official pizza of the Timeout Sports Lounge. Pep's Draft House and the Drew and KB show is celebrating the summer of pizza. That means bigger toppings for your oven and the quality Wisconsin demands. With 15 different varieties, it's easy to find a Pep's that pairs with your favorite brew. My personal favorite is the double pepperoni Doppelbock with a double layer of sliced and diced pepperoni from edge to edge. I love to pour an IPA to go alongside it. My goodness, that hits the spot. Find Pep's Draft House in your grocer's freezer pizza section.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Major League Baseball's All-Star Game was decided by its first-ever swing-off to break a tie after 9 innings, with the National League winning. Brewers pitchers Trevor McGill and Jacob Mizorowski combined to toss an inning and a third of shutout baseball for the NL. Wisconsin football lost a key piece of its secondary today when a judge sided with the NCAA to deny Nazir Forkorin another year of eligibility. I'm Frank Garrity.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Visit your local authorized dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/dream.
Zabe and Butch in the morning.
Join Zabe and Butch on Thursday for the lowest tie day in sports. Therefore, it's Ben Canop Day. Plus Matt Miller. All that and more starting bright and early at 6.
Zabe and Butch, weekday mornings after 6 on the Game.
Another morning, another battle with the snooze button. You drag through your day, chugging coffee and energy drinks just to function, and by 4 o'clock, you're crashing hard. Workouts skipped. Family time, you're just too tired. Drew Wilson here to tell you that the hours between 6 and 10 o'clock at night should be yours to work out, play with the kids, and live your life, not just survive it. If low energy, bad sleep, and afternoon slumps are slowing you down, it's time to check your testosterone. As men get older, testosterone levels naturally decline. You might not notice it at first or even feel a difference at all, but it can impact your performance in the conference room at work, the weight room at the gym, and even the bedroom. When people ask, how are you doing? And you reply, fine, I guess. You need to set up an appointment with Game Day Men's Health and change that answer to awesome. At Game Day Men's Health, they make it simple. Fast T-level testing, effective in-office treatments. With multiple area locations, there's probably one near you. No waiting, no hassle, just real results. Don't waste another night on the couch. Take back your life with Game Day Men's Health. Book your free T-level test today at GameDayMen'sHealth.com and get back in the game.
Join the Brewers as they celebrate 25 seasons of American Family Field at the game against the Marlins on Friday, July 25th. Be here for the return of Brewers legends like Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder as they'll battle former Brewers in a post-game home run derby. Plus, take advantage of special anniversary promotions like discounted draft beers and brats and 25% off at the Brewers team store. All activities featuring alumni will be free for fans in attendance. Get your seats at Brewers.com.
Lifting your kids, typing your next big idea, squeezing it around a golf. You use your shoulders, elbows, wrists, and hands to do it all. But when pain slows you down, the specialists at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin are here to help. Hey, it's Drew Olson from the Drew and KB Show. If you've reached your limit, if you're tired of the pain, if you want to change, your first call should be to the team at OAW to see what in the world is going on. It'll be the best decision you've ever made. Their fellowship-trained upper extremity surgeons treat shoulder, elbow, wrist, and hand issues with compassionate care, advanced techniques, and a focus on lasting recovery. Whether you're an athlete, a worker, or just want to enjoy a day without pain, start with the team that puts patients first. Their expert upper extremity surgeons offer personalized treatment plans to restore your strength and movement. All the information that you need to book your appointment can be found at orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
KB here. When Sue and I decided to paint the exterior of our home, the only call we made was to CertaPro Painters. They checked all our boxes. Professional, affordable, and they cared as much about how our home looks as we do. And right now, through July 31st, CertaPro Painters has a huge summer sales event going on. To schedule a free estimate for your home or business, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.com. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, Takis fans, Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips. So we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Includes 1 ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
Exclusive coverage of your favorite teams. Exclusive videos from your favorite game personalities.
I am a follower.
Content you can't get anywhere else. 97.3 The Game on Instagram.
Well, feeling to the top, cause I hit it right bottom this time. Listen up now.
Doug Russell, Hunter Baumgardt in for Drew and KB. Almost 2 hours down, just a little bit more than 1 hour to go. We'll open up the
Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge.
Yeah, so many words.
There are. So I can handle that. I can tell them, thecentral.com, but we'll get more into that after 5.
Let's see. Andy in Belgium writes, I'm a huge Russ Douglas fan. Thanks.
Oh.
But with a proper diet and regular exercise, I can be a big Russ Douglas fan. My friends at Madison Weight Loss can help with that.
There you go.
If you're interested, 608-774-7241 or go to madisonweightloss.com.
There you go.
To that end.
That's going to tie into our game that we're going to play in the 5 o'clock hour.
Yes, because I try to eat a nice, healthy lunch
right
now, as opposed to before I donated, 50 pounds of myself to the world.
Here you go, world.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, what happened to the rest of you? I said, I donated it.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
Yeah. So I donated basically a suitcase that you have to haul up onto when you go to the airport. I'm 50 pounds of that. That's how much.
True.
That's
it's
how
over
much I
50
lost.
pounds. It's not good at the airport.
I know. You have to pay more.
Yeah.
But, or you could just go to madisonweightloss.com.
We got comedy tickets to give away in the 5 o'clock hour.
Stay with us.
.97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.
This sports update is brought to you by American Place Casino. Nonstop excitement just over the Wisconsin border in Lake County, Illinois. The National League are your winners in the 95th MLB All-Star Game last night after the game went to its first ever swing off. 3 batters get 3 swings per team, and the NL came out on top thanks to Kyle Schwarber going 3 for 3 in his round. Brewers outfielder Sal Frelick has been diagnosed with a grade 1 hamstring strain after he exited the game in the Brewers win on Sunday. The Brewers are still deciding whether or not to place Frelick on the injured list. Wisconsin Badgers quarterback Nazir Forkarine has had his waiver for another year of eligibility declined. Forkarine had argued that his Division II seasons did not count for his eligibility. The NCAA won their appeal, and Forkarine is no longer eligible to play in Badgers' defensive backfield this season. I'm Dave Gasper on Milwaukee's most listened to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
The home for your Green Bay Packers.
End over end. It is no good.
And there is your dagger. 97.3 The Game.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Got a stalled vehicle partially blocking the ramp from College to 4194 northbound. Stay on the right side of that ramp to get by. 4394 southbound going to be heavy from the Marquette down to the KK River. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Introducing Central Standard's Brandy Old Fashioned in a can.
Made with their award-winning North Brandy infused with Leinenkugel's delicious flavors they use in their shandy lines.
Just grab a can, open, and enjoy. No mixing or muddling needed.
Central Standard and Leinenkugel's. Join us out here.
The open road is calling, and the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, you could burn rubber on a custom Harley-Davidson in the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Play with your rewards card all July for entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire Up Your Fantasy, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Summer in Wisconsin. Tom, how's your summer going?
It's going great, but with summer comes big summer storms.
And insurance companies have been having trouble with all of the storms in the Midwest, right?
Yeah, wind and hail have been a nightmare for our industry, and then you have these storm-chasing roofers that make the problem even worse.
Are you seeing changes in the industry because of the increase in storm damage?
Absolutely. Many companies are now forcing higher wind and hail deductibles on homes and reducing the coverage available. But some of our companies, like Erie Insurance, still give the customer the choice of how they want to handle it. You know, it might cost more, but at least they let the customer decide, and that's a big advantage.
Well, with the guidance of you and your team at G2, I can tell you, I know they'll be well taken care of. So when you get that renewal offer from your company and they made changes without giving you an option, maybe it's time to call Tom and his team at G2 Insurance. G2 is here to help. Go to G2INS.com. That's G2INS.com. They are your friend in insurance.
All right, team, listen up. Merle the Squirrel's here to tell you why Capital's duct cleaning is a game changer.
What did he say?
He said, if you haven't cleaned your ducts in 5 years, you're breathing in all kinds of junk. And unlike those companies who use glorified shop vacs, we use high-powered trucks to clean your ducts the right way.
Yeah, makes sense. Cleaner ducts, cleaner air, healthier home.
Exactly.
Schedule your duct cleaning today and save $200. That's right, save $200.
Call CapitalCares.com.
Hey, it's Drew Olson, and I have to tell you, I could not be happier with our new 97.3 The Game broadcast studio built by Reamer Remodel. It has been a game changer. And thanks to the Reamer Remodel team, RIEMER remodel.com.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Broadcasting from the all-new Iron Jock Studios, built by Rima Remodel.
Let's get this going right now.
This is WRNW-FM Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, smart and good-looking listeners across Wisconsin. Drew and KB's Timeout Sports Lounge is now open. So grab a bar stool and belly up because it's time to knock a few back with your host, Drew and KB.
So basically you have Jim, Jack, Johnny Red, Johnny Black, and Jose, all my favorite men.
Time for drinking, bud.
Drink up while it's cold, ladies. Toilet wine is a big thing in there, and people get their drink on.
We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men.
I don't know what inferior swill this is, but I ordered a Lagavulin. Set him up and I'll knock him back, Lloyd. 1 by 1.
We hope there isn't a single fan who is having a problem with the two-fisted slopper.
Drink. The king commands it.
They took the bar! The whole bar!
Medium dry martini, lemon peel, shaken, not stirred.
Who's thirsty? I think we're all thirsty.
I think
as
so.
It's quitting time for many people. I mean, 5 o'clock is kind of the traditional quitting time, but if you're, it's not quitting time for
us.
you traditionally, because then you've got baseball duties, and Pipe has baseball duties. Speaking of which, found one of the Northwoods League balls. In one of the studios. It is the Northwoods League All-Star game tonight.
There we go.
At Warner Park in Madison.
Fantastic. I know that they were talking about that on the Mike Keller show with Tim Allen yesterday.
Oh, were they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very nice.
They were discussing that, I believe, with the GM of the Mallards.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to get to here in the last hour of the program. Including we're giving away some comedy tickets as well to Chad Daniels live at the Lighthouse at American Place Casino on August 2nd at 7 p.m. We got that coming up.
We do. So we have that coming up. Also got to remind you that this hour brought to you by Central Standard Craft Distillery. They are a fantastic place, and you can see all that they have to offer at thecentralstandard.com. A better craft experience, spirit experience awaits. Their award-winning products are locally distilled with pride right in the heart of downtown Milwaukee. It's right on Clybourne Street. Great rooftop. They have a full offering with the Central Standard Craft House and Kitchen. So they have cocktails, apps, entrees, all inspired by local chefs and their in-house mixologist, truly crafted to gather. So that is thecentralstandard.com as we're in the Central Standard Timeout Sports Lounge.
And the drink of the day is you've chosen me to have the drink of the day.
I have, yeah.
I'm gonna the Duggan, what I call the Dugganade.
Oh,
it's the Dugganade Central Standard vodka with lemonade, preferably Robinade, because it's an ode to our very own Robin Yount.
Oh,
sells the Robinade in stores near you, and then you put some Central Standard vodka in there, and that is my drink of choice for summer. And we're still in summer. It's still 90 degrees or so out. So when I go out on my back patio at night, like I will do tonight, I will have a Dugganade.
Oh, okay.
Made with the finest Central Standard vodka.
There you go. So we're drinking Dugganades here in the Timeout Sports Lounge.
Crack one now if you'd like.
Yes. And now we also have our bar of the day where we go somewhere in Wisconsin for this.
Yeah, I usually choose one from Oshkosh.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to choose the bar of the day as Molly McGuire's in Oshkosh, where bad decisions are made.
Molly McGuire's.
Yeah.
Oshkosh.
Yeah.
All right, let's look this up here.
Yeah, it's
got a Facebook page. That's good step
I'm
one.
sure it is. It's right near the campus at UW Oshkosh. It is still there from the time that I was there.
Campus Place.
Yeah.
539 Campus Place. And for 4th of July, they had red, white, and booze.
I bet. So when I was in college,
free booze.
It was Monday nights at Molly's because they had quarter tappers.
Oh,
yeah. So you get
Monday nights at Molly's.
Monday nights. I don't know what it is now.
Well,
now this is also
works.
this was like 100 years ago. So I don't know. Inflation has caught all of us.
Inflation vacation.
And that was also a long time ago. But you could go in and get a tray of beers.
Oh my!
Like a whole tray for $5, and then 3 sliders for $1. Back.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's so when I say Molly McGuire's where bad decisions are made. I also met my first wife there. So,
Oh, well, that
really
seems significant.
Well, it was where bad decisions are made.
Wow.
That's where bad decisions are made.
Okay.
That's your
there
bar
you
of the
have-
day.
Yeah, it is the bar of the day. Molly McGuire's and
it's still, I'm the happiest about that. Molly McGuire's and Kelly's were my two main bars at UW Oshkosh, and they're both still there. Against all odds, they're both still there.
It's also Luddy approved. He just texted me and said, "Yeah, that's the spot," and I didn't even go to Oshkosh.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
did you meet another ex-wife at Kelly's or no?
I met some other ex-friends.
Okay,
at Kelly's.
Didn't keep in touch.
Well, some I did.
Oh my!
Some I met some friends at Kelly's that I'm, still friends with. Maybe not in the same way.
Jessman says Molly McGuire's, the memories, or more so the blackout non-memories.
Yeah, that's about accurate.
Yeah,
it's about accurate. So my niece graduated from UW Oshkosh last May, and that was her spot too.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right,
So
well,
it's
passing
still-
it down from generation
yeah.
to generation, which warms the cockles of my heart.
Yeah.
Because, when I was there, it was we had a couple of nicknames for it. One of them we talked about with Paul Wagner. One of the nicknames for Molly McGuire's back in the day was the show. Where are you going?
Okay.
Going to the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Called up to the big leagues.
Well, I don't know about that, but it was the show.
Ben from Wausau says the Kelly's and Molly's is the only place I'd go. I attended college from 2012 to 2016.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, it's still standing, and they were institutions when I was there in the 90s.
Mhm.
They are still there. As far as I know, they're still going strong.
Yeah.
And so
good pick.
Tip of the cap and well done
Good
to both
pick.
Molly McGuire's and Kelly's.
Wow.
And bars have come and gone. Restaurants have come and gone. Other businesses have come and gone.
Molly's is
dorms
still there.
have come and gone.
Sure.
They've knocked down buildings. They've built some buildings there, but those two institutions are still there. God bless them.
Wow. Mike in Green Bay says he got his nose broken at Molly McGuire's.
That's what I'm saying, where bad decisions are made.
He threw a euro from Nico's at a bouncer.
Again, where bad decisions are made.
He says good times. Good times.
Exactly.
Wow. This is
the place, man. I'm telling you.
It seems that way.
Everybody's got a Molly story.
Wow.
Not everybody met their first wife there.
Correct. Not everybody did.
And that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I think everybody enjoys that place, it looks like.
Everybody who's been there has a story about it. Put it that way.
So there you go. It's an
and they're not
Oshkosh.
always great stories, but sometimes bad decisions, great stories are made from bad decisions. I've always believed. And that's the king of bad decisions.
I'm named in the 262. Do you remember DJ's Bar in the 80s when it was open before it got shut down?
I wasn't there in the 80s. I got there in 90.
Ah.
So
okay.
no, I don't recall DJs.
Ooh.
I remember the Underground, also known as the Underage, but that's neither here nor there. that was one of its nicknames.
Now, okay. This is something. Unnamed the 920 says, holy cow, that bouncer was my best man in my wedding. The one that broke the dude's nose.
Are we sure? Is it the same guy?
Wait a minute. So hold on. So Mike in Green Bay got his nose broken for throwing a euro at a bouncer. And then that bouncer was the best man in Unnamed in the 920's wedding.
Interesting. I don't know if
Wow.
I don't know if it's the same guy.
It might be.
It might be. Might not be.
Paul and Grafton, the bubbler and the library are two that you can't forget about at UW Oshkosh.
Oh, now you just made my heart hurt. My roommate was a bartender at the library.
Is there a bar that's the library at like every college town? Because Lacrosse had it too.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They tore down that strip that was along, was that Ohio Street? I think it was, and they replaced it with like mini mall type of restaurants / bars. A friend of mine owned one of the bars that replaced the bubbler and the library. But yeah, my roommate Ben was one of their bartenders back in the day. So was Carla, and so was Kelly from one of the sororities. There were a couple of blondes.
Okay. There you have it.
Yeah.
There you go. Your bar of the day is Molly McGuire's in Oshkosh.
As I go down,
we appreciate everybody going down memory lane here. A
Memory
flurry
lane in
of texts.
Oshkosh. Absolutely.
Yes.
Keep them coming. 877-794-1973 on the NicoletLaw.com talking text line.
All right. I
If you
think
got
it's
any other
time.
Oshkosh bars we should talk about.
Absolutely. Send them in. I'm always looking for suggestions, too, when it comes to the bar of the day. So feel free to send those in. We do want to give away some tickets here to Chad Daniels here in just a moment. But first, we want to have Drew and KB talk about their favorite casino just south of the border.
You know, I don't think anybody's really looking for us, but when we're not in the studio doing the show, there's a good chance we're at American Place Casino just south of the border, right, KB?
Especially on vacation time like this, man. It's like you can sneak out, especially, Sue works during the day. I can get down there and back. Doesn't even know.
Fantastic. The
Love
drink
it.
specials at happy hour are worth the trip alone, but the Circus Sportsbook, the restaurants, the bars, and of course, Neptune and Zeus, our favorite slot machines, along with all the table games. They're all waiting for you at American Place Casino just south of the border. An easy drive from the hot corner, Racine, Kenosha, Sweet Home, Caledonia, Bristol. You know where you are. It's a quick drive for anybody in the southern suburbs of Milwaukee. It's a quick drive to get there.
Mm-hmm. And no tolls. And that means more gambling money.
Make the drive. Start your journey at AmericanPlace.com.
All right, Drew, KB, thank you very much. This one from, by the way, this made me giggle. Nick and Slinger. Kelly's to get drunk and at about 12:30 head to Molly's and take your shot with the ladies dancing. He's not wrong. You know what we did on Fridays? So we did the Titan TV News, which was a live broadcast, live television broadcast.
We did that on Fridays too.
Yeah.
Weekend review.
Oh, okay. We
4 o'clock on Fridays.
We did it at 12:30.
Gasper and I were on some of the same.
Burke Griffin one of the news anchors, and Burke Griffin, the longtime sports director at Channel 5 in Green Bay, he was one of our sports guys.
Dave and I were probably something similar.
Yeah, definitely. So we would do the live broadcast at 12:30, head to Kelly's because they opened earlier than most.
Yeah.
And then we would just start pounding, just 12-ounce curls. The whole, whatever you were drinking. So by the time the rebroadcast at 5:30 came along, we were just gone. The whole news team watching our taped broadcast 4 hours into what would be like an 8-hour drunk.
Oh,
that was always curious.
Wow.
Because they'd always put it on for us on the TV in the bar in Kelly's.
They just let you watch your newscast.
Yeah, they would let us watch our newscast. And but if you were one of the anchors, if you were one of the reporters, you'd come dressed however you want. But if you were one of the anchors that week, and because the anchors rotated every week,
right,
you had to come in your full suit regalia that you were on television with.
Oh,
yeah, that was the tradition.
That's quite a tradition.
Yeah.
I can't say we had the same tradition at AEW Lacrosse, but
it was
to our broadcast.
But that's what we did. We would go down to Kelly's for that, and then yes, much to the Nick and Slinger, then you go take your shot with the sorority girls over at Molly's, because Molly's had the dance floor.
There you go.
Kelly's did not.
Okay. No dancing at Kelly's, but yes.
Well, I didn't say that. I
I
just said there was no dance floor at Kelly's.
You still dance.
Right.
Well, you might be, you could dance at a comedy show, but most likely you dance at a music show. But if you want to see a show, Chad Daniels is one of the most streamed comedians in the world.
Really?
Seriously, like his stuff is fantastic. His bits and what he does is really, really good. And he's going to be at American Place Casino.
I know this guy.
Yeah, over 1 billion streams across his 8 albums. One of the most listened to comedians of all time.
His girlfriend is Kelsey Cook, who's hilarious. She's filthy, but she's hilarious.
Well, that's interesting. Chad Daniels is going to be with Drew and KB. He's going to join the show a week from basically right now, 5:30 next Wednesday. So make that note. Next Wednesday, Chad Daniels is going to join Drew and KB. And you get a comedian with Drew and KB, and you never know where that conversation is going to go. So that's what's going to be.
And he's a Midwest guy. He's from Minnesota.
There you
and
go.
Like I said, I first was introduced to him through who is now his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she is delightfully filthy.
Delightfully filthy.
Yeah.
That's one way to put it there. But yeah, so Chad Daniels is going to be at the Lighthouse at American Place Casino August 2nd at 7. We're going to give away a pair of tickets. And Doug, how are we going to do that?
All right. So the game is, and we're taking a page from our friend, Mr. Kevin Brandt, KB.
Yes.
What did I have for lunch today?
Yes.
What vegetable did I eat for lunch today?
Name that vegetable.
Name that vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
1-877-794-1973 on the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. Again, 877-794-1973. 888-941-97.3. What vegetable did I have for lunch today? Because if you've been listening, more specifically in Madison on 1070 The Game, you've heard my what we like to call a weight loss journey.
Yes.
That I had
been a
and
journey.
continue to live on a day in and day out basis. There used to be more of me than there is now, about 50 pounds, give or take. And part of that is just, when people say, what's the secret? I think the big secret is don't eat so much fatty. And that was, to me, that was thumbs right here, because things have gotten a little bit out of control. And part of that is just having, instead of, say, for example, Doritos for lunch, I had something different other than Doritos today.
Yes.
It was a vegetable. Here's a clue. It was a raw vegetable.
Sure.
Not everyone eats it raw, but I like my vegetables uncooked.
I had the same exact vegetable for lunch.
Well, you've always liked this particular
Love
vegetable.
That's probably a pretty big hint. If you listen to this show, you know what vegetable is my favorite. So we're gonna send it over to Pipe Bomb here to tell us who is on line one.
Oh, that would be Scott.
Scott, welcome into the Drew and KB show without Drew or KB. What vegetable did I have for lunch today?
I'm going with broccoli.
Oh my God, right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate. Well done.
All right.
Well done, Scott. What gave it away?
Yeah, did anything give it away?
Not really. Just a long-time listener.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There you
That
go.
helps. That helps.
Appreciate it.
You're going to go see Chad Daniels.
Go see Chad Daniels at the American Place Casino at the Lighthouse on August 2nd at 7 p.m. Enjoy the show. Stay on the line, and Pipe will take care of you.
Fantastic. Appreciate you guys.
All right, you too.
You bet.
I was,
Thank you, Scott.
kind of hoping that would go a little bit long. I'm glad I'm glad Scott.
Yeah.
got broccoli.
I know. I was hoping we'd get,
at least 3 or 4.
yeah, take you behind the scenes. I mean, we kind
Okra,
of want those to
carrots,
carry.
celery. Celery is a popular one.
It
Popular
is.
little
Have you ever
snack.
had ants on a log?
I'm sorry, say that again.
It's celery,
Okay.
peanut butter, and then raisins. Ants on a log. It's actually really good.
You had me at celery and
Not
peanut
a
butter.
raisins fan?
I like raisins. Okay, so my wife says that I'm a picky eater. I don't think I'm a picky eater because I like, but this has been over the course of the 17 years that she and I have been together. This has been probably our biggest argument.
Okay.
As to whether or not I am a picky eater or not. I don't think I am because I like raisins. I do.
Okay. Me too.
I just don't like them with anything else.
So just normal raisins.
Normal raisins. I'll eat like a vat of raisins.
Me too.
But if you put it with chocolate, it's vile. If you
Yeah.
put it with anything else, it's just disgusting.
I love it on oatmeal.
No, I'll just have the regular oatmeal.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just have the regular.
You make oatmeal.
I like
actually.
oatmeal. Yeah,
Yeah, you make that in your office.
I do.
Raisins, I go through phases with raisins.
Okay.
Like I'll like them for a while. I'll buy some of those Sun-Made little packets, and I'll throw one of those in my lunch.
Yeah.
And I'll have that or something.
It's good fiber.
It is, but and it's funny we're talking about this because I heard Butchie this morning say that oatmeal raisin cookies are better than chocolate chip cookies. And
that's factually incorrect.
What?
Yeah, that's
plus
that's just
because
factually
oatmeal raisin cookies, those actually there's part of it deceives you, which I don't appreciate. Like if I see an oatmeal raisin cookie,
I feel
I'm
like
gonna
you're being lied
think-
to.
I'm gonna think it's a chocolate chip.
And then
in there.
when you bite into it, it's like, oh, and then it's like, blah,
Yeah, and then it's like,
falls out of your
whatever.
mouth.
Yeah. It's like, well, then if I'm gonna have a cookie, I don't want to waste it on not having chocolate inside of it.
Tim in Seattle writes, he graduated from UWO in the 80s, now living in Seattle, crawled out of Molly's a few times, been there, danced on the pool table at Kelly's one New Year's Eve. So there is dancing at Kelly's. There is no dance floor at Kelly's, but there's pool tables.
Tim, if I were to be taking a trip to Seattle in the near future, what is one suggestion you would make? Feel free to text us.
Because
I am going to be making a trip to Seattle.
I tried to give you a couple of
for
things.
sure, and I'm gonna take those.
So
I'm gonna take those.
But
for
I don't
sure.
live in Seattle. I've never lived in
Right.
Seattle. I was just there.
So if there's one place, maybe a restaurant, maybe a thing to do, Tim, what's the one spot I should make sure to hit on my trip to Seattle? Thank you.
Talking text line,
Anyway.
418-777-794.
I'm just using the talking text line for my personal use.
97.3. Kevin Holden's going to join us on tomorrow's show.
Yep.
Pretty excited about this. Kevin and I go back a long time, and he was here in Milwaukee for 15 years.
Love Kevin.
At CBS 58. He is now in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And he just did a sit-down interview with Jesus Madej.
Ooh.
Because he's with the Carolina Mudcats right now.
Yep.
And if you don't know, Jesus Madej is the Brewers' top prospect right now.
One of the top prospects in baseball.
Now that they've graduated all these guys like Jackson Churio,
Yep.
Jacob Mizorowski, they've graduated all these guys to the major leagues. And the next guy in that pipeline is Jesus Madej.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never sat down with him. I don't know if have you ever sat down?
No, I've never.
I don't know how well his English is, but if you
We
know
didn't
anything
really
about
pipe.
Kevin,
We didn't really see him much at spring training.
No, we didn't.
No, he was because they were already separate by the time we got down there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already split the clubhouse.
Yep. So yeah, I've never had a chance to meet him yet. But
So Kevin has.
okay.
So we'll pick his brain. And how's he doing down there with the Carolina Mudcats? And how's Kevin doing at Raleigh?
Right.
Because
how is everyone doing?
It's been a minute since he's 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Since he's been in Milwaukee, give or take.
You're right.
And I'm sure he wants to check in with everyone back here in Wisconsin as well.
No, that'll be great to talk to him tomorrow.
So we're looking forward to that
Yes.
on a couple of different levels. Let's see. Pat writes, if you're going to Seattle, go to the Pink Door. Good luck finding it. It's a hidden gem, and the only way you can find it is in a back alley and a pink door.
Okay.
No, that doesn't sound.
Yeah.
It sounds.
right.
It sounds a little bit like the Safe House.
Yes, you're right. It does. That does have a. This just came across 7.2 million viewers for the All-Star game last night, largest TV audience since 2017.
I believe that. I believe that.
And you continue to see an increase. I mean, there's an increase in regular season ratings so far for the first half of the MLB season. And it kind of that All-Star game reflects that. I think what baseball has done, I think the pitch clock has done even more wonders than we know.
So I don't listen, when I'm wrong about something, I'll shoot my hand up and say, I'll wear that L.
Sure.
Like
There
the
are-
Manfred runner?
No, I still listen. I know I'm on my own island on the Manfred Man.
You don't like it or you do?
I
like
hate it. I
Oh.
think it's stupid. I think
That's another
It's-
thing
it-
that
it's-
MLB has done well.
it's gimmick.
Glorious.
It's gimmick ball. And I know, I understand. That's just an opinion. And most people love it.
Sure.
I'm like of the 15% that hate it. Fine.
Oh.
I don't mind living on my own little island because there's more room on my little island when there's only 15% of baseball fans that actually agree with me on this.
True. You probably have like more space for your tent.
Yes, I do have more space for the tent on the island.
Cook up the hot dogs.
That having been, or grilled cheese.
True.
We could do the grilled cheese.
Or Doug's special recipe
Fewer-
popcorn. Anyway, continue.
Fewer mouths to feed.
Right.
Less Wonder Bread to buy. Less cheese that I have to purchase at the store. But there are a couple of things that I feel like I really nailed. And we got to one of them last hour with Wags. I did not think that losing Devin Williams would hurt this team at all. I looked at Devin Williams as someone who, yes, he had tremendous talent. I also looked at someone who I did not necessarily view as very mentally tough.
Sure.
And what the Brewers have been able to do is they have been able to find closer after closer after closer, whether it's Josh Hader, whether it's John Axford back in the day, Francisco Rodriguez, who had like 17 stints with the Brewers, but they first traded for him at the All-Star break in 2011. Trevor Hoffman at the end. They've had great closers. A couple of guys that have wound up in the Hall of Fame. If you throw Raleigh Fingers and Trevor Hoffman in there, Raleigh Fingers winning the 1981 Cy Young Award and MVP Award for the Brewers in the strike-shortened season, the first time they ever got to the playoffs. They've had great closers over the years. Some guys lasted, some guys didn't. Eric Gagne they brought in, and he didn't last as the Brewers closer, but they've always taken decent.
Wow.
But it was a one-year deal. Cost wasn't prohibitive. But the cost long-term for Devin Williams was going to be prohibitive for this team. I didn't think they would miss a beat. So I got that one right. The other thing that I got right is when people were wondering what's wrong with baseball, how does baseball fix itself? I said, there's one thing that they can do, and it will fix all of baseball's ills. Because for so many years, people were just bitching nonstop about how long the games were. I don't go to games to watch 2 minutes in between pitches. And that's sometimes what you would see. Every once in a while, you would watch a game and somebody, usually it was online because this is what the internet was invented for, in my opinion, they would throw up like a superimposition of the Kentucky Derby, which is the fastest 2 minutes in sports, and an entire Kentucky Derby race would be complete. It would start and finish in between pitches.
It really is
and
what the
that
internet
just
made for.
right. And it just crystallized that there's a problem with this sport and people are bored by it.
Yep.
Said just all you have to do is enforce the pitch clock. It's there. You're just not enforcing it.
It's not enforcing
You
it.
enforce it, it's going to solve all of baseball's problems. Now, has it solved all of baseball's problems? No, but a lot of baseball's ills have been solved by just speeding the damn game up.
It's really helped. It's really helped. And I think it's leading to it kind of taking another turn and making sure the younger audiences are still hanging on to it.
Yeah.
And still interested in it. And I think it's just a genius move. I think it just has helped everything because it is like I said, you don't notice it anymore. You just go to a game and that in all likelihood within 3 hours the game is going to be over. Now that was not always the case. I mean, you could have a 9-inning game and still go 4.5, and that just does not happen anymore, hardly ever. So it's fantastic, and I think that and look, I think the ABS system is going to be intriguing. I think it was intriguing last night.
You know who's the most disappointed about the ABS system?
Mm-hmm.
The umpires.
Yeah.
Because this thing works. The technology is there.
It does. It has to be instantaneous. Just tap your head if you want to challenge it. Yeah.
It's got to be the batter or the catcher. It's got to be and if you're right, you get to keep your challenge.
You mentioned Devin Williams. So he has had last year he had an ERA of 1.25. 2023 was 1.53. 2022 1.93. I mean, just exceptional. 2021 2.50.
Still very good.
COVID shortened season 0.33.
He was also the rookie of the year.
Yes. He has a 4.58 ERA this year.
Oof.
I mean, and you look at what Caleb Durbin has done at third base. He's not, been a superstar, but he has held down the third base position. And hopefully you get something from Nestor Cortez in the second half. And he was on an expiring deal. And you have an all-star closer.
I didn't necessarily think that Devin Williams was going to fall apart in New York.
No.
I thought that he'd be fine. But I just didn't think that the Brewers would miss him.
Right.
I thought that they could replace him with someone else. I didn't know if it was going to be Trevor McGill or somebody else, but it seemed like it was going to be Trevor McGill. That was the tea leaves were kind of pointing in that direction.
Right.
And the other thing is when you're the Brewers, you can't commit long-term big money to a closer.
Right.
That high leverage kind of position financially has to go to somebody who's either a starting pitcher or an everyday player. You cannot commit that to a closer. And that's part of the genius of the Milwaukee Brewers and the system that they have, now continued under Matt Arnold, who's obviously a brilliant general manager.
Absolutely. So, I just wanted to, because I was like, whoa, 4.5. I knew he struggled to start the season, but whoa, he's still at 4.58. We're going to hit a break here in just a moment. But, one of the things that we have in this 5 o'clock hour is the delicious Pep's Draft House Pizza. And we have to let KB tell you about it because it is fantastic.
As you can tell, I'm not here today. I'm on vacation. And you know what? Chances are I'm probably enjoying a Pep's Draft House pizza. It's the official pizza of a KB vacation. Why? Because it's easy. Pop it in the oven. You got 14 different varieties. You got 3 different crusts. All of a sudden, 25 minutes later, that baby comes out with these huge toppings. You have to use 2 hands to put it on a plate because it's so heavy. I suggest when you take it out of the oven, bend from the knees, not from the back. You're down and up because it's gonna help you in the long run. But if you're on vacation and it's a staycation, turn your house into a draft house, just like me, with a Pep's Draft House pizza.
All right, KB, thanks very much. I'm Doug.
Threetum's good.
Threetum's good?
Yeah.
I like that.
Threetum's.
Now I'm hungry. We had Adam in here talking about grilled cheese. We got Pep's Pizza. We've got another half hour to go before we get out of here, but we're glad that you're with us. I'm glad you're with us and Pipe and everybody out there listening as well. Drew and KB, they're not with us today, but Doug and Hunter, we're hanging out for you, with you. Got another half hour to go. Stay with us on the game.
Hey, what's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. If you get injured, it's Nicolay time.
The Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame welcomes the class of 2025, Mason Crosby.
This to send the Packers into the NFC Championship game. It is good. The Packers are moving on. Mason Crosby, a hero for Green Bay.
Crosby spent 16 years in Green Bay, becoming one of the most accomplished kickers in NFL history.
I couldn't have done any of this without my teammates, without my family.
They're going to try a field goal from 58 yards away, 56, career best. And it is good by Mason Crosby.
The 75th anniversary induction ceremony for the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame, presented by Network Health, will be held July 24th at the Baird Center. This year's class also includes Joe Thomas and Ernie Johnson. For more information and tickets, go to WIHallOfFame.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Get your laundry Vegas ready with Arm & Hammer Power Sheets. Just toss in a detergent sheet. No drips, no plastic jugs, no mess. Arm & Hammer is a proud sponsor of the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Clean up before you turn up. Shop Arm & Hammer Power Sheets now.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Cruising Wauwatosa with an accident on Burleigh at 112th Street. Northbound 4194 got a stalled vehicle partially blocking the on-ramp from College. Traffic gets by on the right. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by First Choice Heating and Cooling. Prices are up, but your comfort doesn't have to wait. At First Choice Heating and Cooling, pay $0 now and 0 interest for 12 months. Lock in today's price and stay cool all summer. Milwaukee's heat's no joke. Call First Choice now.
It's Drew and KB for Central Standard Craft Distillery.
Did you know the most popular selling Wisconsin-made vodka is Door County Cherry Vodka?
Every batch is made with 50 pounds of Door County cherries and cherry juice and just a kiss of Wisconsin honey for the perfectly balanced adult beverage.
Mix it with lemonade for an elevated vodka lemonade.
Or straight over ice. It's perfection in a glass.
Central Standard's Door County Cherry Vodka. Cheers to simplicity.
The Brewers return from the break with a jam-packed week of action. First up, a summer battle with the Marlins, July 25th through the 27th. Come for the action, stay for Pokemon Go Day on Friday the 25th, and a Bryce Terang bobblehead on Saturday the 26th, presented by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank. Then it's time to battle back when the Crew takes on the Cubs for 3 games starting on July 28th. Get tickets for a week of Brewers action you don't want to miss at Brewers.com.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
I plan to rearrange my closet, but I stopped after picking the clothes up off the floor.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's award-winning language learning app will help you start speaking another language. Start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
Comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles? Vous êtes où?
Vous êtes où?
Babbel's bite-sized lessons make it easy to learn words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks,
"How's your French going?"
you can say,
Babbel est amusant et facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue. Et cela ne prend que 15 minutes par jour.
when you want to really learn another language, it starts with Babbel. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating over 16 million subscriptions sold. Now save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Attention baseball players ages 13 to 18. Tryouts for Milwaukee Baseball Academy fall and summer travel ball teams are happening now. High-level instruction, unmatched indoor training and facility access, and top competition and college exposure. For a full tryout schedule and registration, visit MilwaukeeBaseballAcademy.com.
Join iHeartRadio and Sarah Spain in celebrating the 1-year anniversary of iHeart Women's Sports.
With powerful interviews and insider analysis, our shows have connected fans with the heart of women's sports. In just
1 year, the network has launched 15 shows and built a community united by passion.
Podcasts that amplify the voices of women in sports.
Thank you for supporting iHeart Women's Sports and our founding sponsors, Elf Beauty, Capital One, and Novartis.
Just open the free iHeart app and search iHeart Women's Sports to listen now.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeart Radio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Drew here. If you're having trouble staying awake past the 7th inning, you might have a problem. If you have trouble getting up, getting out of bed and starting your day, you might have a problem. You might have a problem that Game Day Men's Health can help you fix. Yes, men lose testosterone as they age. That is science. If you find yourself dragging through the day, if you're skipping workouts, if you're not maximizing your time playing with your kids or having fun with your friends, you owe it to yourself to go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Find a clinic near you. There are 5 local locations. They are statewide and more are coming all the time. Sign up for a free, no obligation T-test. They'll get you in and out within an hour, and you'll know whether the treatments from Game Day Men's Health can benefit you. It's very likely that they can, but you won't know until you make a trip to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Schedule your T-test and get started. 5 area locations. Visit them now. GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
And welcome back in. It is the Drew and KB program without Drew or KB. Doug Russell and Hunter Baumgardt in today, tomorrow, and Friday. The boys will be back on Monday after taking a well-deserved, well-earned vacation during the All-Star Game week. And then next week for us, well, Billy and Wayne, starting on Wednesday, will be in Green Bay at Ray Nitschke Field for training camp. And Billy's going to be, I think Wayne's going to join him for every single open to the public practice, all 14 of them. And then we move in, everybody else moves up to Green Bay for a week, the first full week of camp. So not next week, Wednesday, but what would be about 10 days from now, that Monday.
Monday, the 27th.
We will move into it will be a different house than we were at for the draft, but still we're moving into a house. In Green Bay. And that's always fun. It's always, the annual frat house that,
and the stories that come from it.
Yes. And some of them are quite entertaining. Some of them are, sad. But anyway, it was
good.
It was fun to see everybody for the draft, which I don't know when the draft is coming back to Green Bay. It may at some point, but as Ed Policy told Drew and KB a couple of weeks ago, it's like they all went into the draft thinking that this is going to be a once in a lifetime type of proposition. And then they all kind of left saying, well, it doesn't have to be. We did we, the collective, we, not just the Packers who helped the NFL put it on, but the community showed out in Green Bay. And it was just an incredible experience for everybody that was there.
Absolutely amazing. So, yeah. And then all of a sudden the first preseason game is, 3 weeks from Saturday. So family night is 2 weeks from Saturday.
And coming up, we'll have, let's see, Packers game day starts. So for the first game, is that a 7:00?
First game is a 3:25.
3:25. So
wait. Are you talking about
the first preseason game?
Oh, I thought you meant regular. Yes, it's a 7:00.
I should probably know this. Is the guy who hosts the pregame show?
Yeah, it's a 7:00.
So then I'll be on there at 3 for Packers game day.
Correct.
Looking forward to that.
Yes. Right? Yeah.
Believe me, this is going to be the life that we all live for the
what
next
time? What time? Yeah, what time? Yeah.
What time does this start? What time does that start?
Yeah.
I can tell you that coming up, excuse me, at noon on Packers Prime on our Milwaukee flagship 97.3 The Game.
Yes.
The Lambeau Leap game.
Ooh.
Like the first Lambeau Leap. And it was interesting because I told the story at the end of the first hour of today's show. I didn't realize it was the Lambeau Leap until the highlight came up because it was an important game for other reasons. It was the first time the Packers had clinched a playoff berth,
which is significant
in 20 years.
Very significant.
Not including the 1982 season, which was strike shortened and really kind of a strange year as well. So most people, you count it, they were playoff games. They beat the Cardinals at Lambeau Field, and then they lost the Cowboys in the second round. But it was just kind of a strange season all the way around in 1982. But yeah, so in 1993, the Packers were able to clinch their first full season playoff berth since 1972. So it was important for that. So I'm listening to the broadcast, and early in the fourth quarter, it's like, that sounds like, let's see, Leroy Butler scooped up there's a fumble, and he got a lateral. Jim Irwin had no idea what was going on at first. And you'll hear that coming up on Sunday And we didn't
love that.
It wasn't called anything. It
Right.
wasn't the Lambeau Leap. I have reached out to Leroy. I'd love to get him in the next couple of
Be
days.
awesome.
So if Leroy's out there listening, or if you know Leroy, just kind of tap him on the shoulder. We'd love to have him in studio to talk about it.
Doug would
coming
love
up.
you.
Doug would love to have you in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I've already reached out to him. I've already texted him, and hopefully I'm not on his block list.
I wouldn't think so.
I hope not.
I don't think so. I don't think Leroy has a long block list.
I hope not.
No.
So.
But that's cool. Sunday at noon.
Sunday at noon on our Milwaukee flagship of this radio network, the Game Radio Network, which is also, of course, the flagship of the Packers Radio Network, 97.3 The Game in Milwaukee, or you can stream it live on the iHeartRadio app.
Some text coming in regarding the baseball conversation we were having about the pitch clock and the ABS challenge system. So Nate in Pewaukee saying, agreed, the pitch clock has done wonders. Games are faster. Given that, can or should we get rid of the runner at second base in extra innings? I welcome your thoughts. Well, I know what Doug would say.
I never should have been there in the first place. So, of course, absolutely.
I mean, look, the pitch clock definitely has done wonders, but you still could have extra innings kind of make the pitch clock not matter as much if it goes 14, 15, 16 innings.
How many games go 14, 15, 16
Not many.
innings? Even before the Manfred Man.
Not many, but I love it's so fun. It's like just an added like excitement that you have a runner at second.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm in the minority. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But it's just that hill that I'm never going to give up on because it doesn't feel like baseball to me. The other thing about the pitch clock is it's not that when you go to a game, you don't want to be there and get your quote unquote money's worth. I didn't mind going to a baseball game for 3 hours. What you minded was all the standing around and everybody picking their butt after every pitch and adjusting, Ryan Braun adjusting his batting gloves after every single pitch.
Right.
All the stepping out, all the disengagements thrown over to first like 7, 8, 9 times in a row.
Right.
The catcher who didn't have any kind of limits on how many times he could go out and talk to the pitcher. Just all of that nonsense has just been tightened up. So you take a 3-hour standing around, just boring, plodding existence and you tighten it up. You're still getting the 9 innings. You're still getting good, crisp baseball. It just feels like it's moving better. That's
right.
And you notice it more on television, which is where the real dollars are. You notice it much more on television than you do in person, because in person you've got the beer vendor. You got to go out and you want to stretch your legs and go to the restroom after a couple of innings. Maybe you want to go get a pretzel or something. You don't necessarily note it, but on television it's like, can we move this thing along? I got a Murder, She Wrote marathon coming up.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think that is. The pitch clock has definitely helped, but all of those other little things have really contributed to baseball games going faster, to baseball games being more palatable. Like you mentioned, the disengagements and also the mound visits and all of that has really helped. So I do like that. Tim in the Shaw says, chop, chop. Yes, exactly. Chop, chop. Let's go. Sam in Hartford, I think this is a Brewers question more specifically. How long till the rest of Major League Baseball starts stealing all our pitching coaches?
Well, they tried.
They've tried. And Chris Hook signed that extension for a reason.
Which was the most important signing the Brewers made this offseason.
Yeah,
everybody talks about, they lost Willie Adames, so they didn't bring anybody else. But they kept Chris Hook.
If you are building like the Brewers are building, and because you kind of have to build from within, you have to have a good coaching staff in place, good manager, good general manager, and obviously draft well. When you make a trade like the Devin Williams, have that work out with a prospect like a Caleb Durbin. You have to have all of those things work out. And the Brewers have just been so good at making sure that coaching staff is talented, their manager and their bench coach are talented and good at what they do. And obviously the leadership from David Stearns down to Matt Arnold's been really good. So all of that will keep a small market team like the Brewers humming, because I was thinking about this the other day. A team like the Brewers could be like the Pirates. You look at what Paul Skeens has done, and like if Jacob Mizorowski was in that situation, but the Brewers, were a bad team and the offense couldn't score, and he gives up one run, but they don't win you don't win most of those games. It's a Brewers small market team could be like that, and it is so impressive that the Brewers continue to do this year after year. But again, it's coaching, it's drafting, it's the GM, it's all those pieces that are solidified.
And I don't even want to hear from those who say, well, Mark Adonasio's got a podium.
Yeah, we got one of those.
Yeah.
We got a text like that. And
I
I'm
know.
like, what are we doing?
The Brewers have been in the postseason every year except for one season since 2018. And in 2017, they missed it by, I think, 2 games?
Yes.
And in
maybe even one.
Maybe it was one because the year that they missed the playoffs.
Was it? Yeah.
What was the year they missed the playoffs? Was it 2022?
Yes, 22.
And they missed it by 2 games. They missed it to Philadelphia, who wound up in the World Series, by 2 games.
Yes.
This is a team that is in October almost every year for the last decade. Once you get to October, anything can happen. Strange things can happen. Do I wish the Brewers had a $300 million payroll? Sure. But they don't. And they make good with what they have. And so any criticism about Mark Adonasio, you can save it. You can save your breath. You can save. I don't think nobody charges for text messages, the individual text message anymore. Just save your breath. Save your time. It's falling on deaf ears when this team is in October every single season for the last decade almost.
Yeah, and the Brewers, I was just looking through their records quick. And yeah, since 2017. So 2017, they ended 86-76. So they've had at least 86 wins other than the COVID season. They've had at least 86 wins in each of all of these seasons.
Yeah.
And also, it's interesting because the 2 years they had 86 wins were the 2 years they missed the playoff, 2017, 2022. So it's kind of that magic number of getting to that upper 80s, that 88, 89 is usually going to get you in the playoffs. Last year, they obviously got to 92 in 2023 and then 93 in 2024. And obviously over 90 is really probably going to put you in anyway. But yeah, so just continue to work towards that.
Stop burying this team. I learned my lesson because I buried this team every year in April.
Sure.
And I was wrong every single time because one way or another, this team by hook or by crook, they figure it out and they get to the postseason just about every damn year. So any criticism of the front office, whether it's the owner or anyone below the owner, save it.
Brad in the 920
They're there.
Says Joe Davis said it best last night. The Brewers are the team you just can't kill.
Well,
he was great on the broadcast, by the way, too, last night. I feel like he's even getting better. He was already good. He's really good. Yeah. But it just felt like last night, it's like, okay, this is the guy now. You're so used to Joe Buck in the All-Star game. I feel like now I'm like, okay, this makes sense that Joe Davis is there. It kind of makes more sense.
Closing ceremonies coming up next. Stay with us on the game.
Witnessing a Dolly Parton wig. I said, I know it, Dad, ain't she cool? That's the kind I dig.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, pay. That's pay. Win cash at thegameandstuff.com.
Thank you very much.
Thegameandstuff.com.
Hi, Matt LePay, your friendly game announcer for Ridgetop Exteriors. Is your home ready to stand out this season? Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's trusted name in home improvement, does more than just top-quality roofing. They're your go-to for maintenance-free siding and energy-efficient windows. Ridgetop has expert credentials with leading manufacturers like Pella, James Hardie, and LP Smart Siding. For over 20 years, they've delivered exceptional craftsmanship and service. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com for your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, where customer service always comes first.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Major League Baseball's All-Star Game was decided by its first-ever swing-off to break a tie after 9 innings, with the National League winning. Brewers pitchers Trevor McGill and Jacob Mizorowski combined to toss an inning in a third of shutout baseball for the NL. Wisconsin football lost a key piece of its secondary today when a judge sided with the NCAA to deny Nazir Forkorin another year of eligibility. I'm Frank Garrity.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Visit your local authorized dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/dream.
Miller High Life. Always flavorful, always refreshing, always at the right price. The champagne of beers. Welcome to the High Life. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Adam Pawlak here. Wednesday afternoons, I'm living the high life with Drew and KB. Thanks to my friends at Miller High Life. The champagne of beers, always flavorful, always refreshing. So join us, raise that bottle, and welcome to the high life.
KB here. Did your home's exterior take a beating this winter? Well, then do what I did and bring in the pros from CertaPro Painters. Our home looks amazing, our budget is still intact, and they didn't leave a huge mess in the yard like the last painters. And right now, through July 31st, CertaPro Painters has a huge summer sales event going on. To schedule a free estimate for your home or business, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.com. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Drew Olson here. That sharp pain in your back, the stiffness in your neck, you don't have to live with it. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin offers expert spine care right here in our community. From diagnostics to rehab to surgery if needed, they'll guide you every step of the way. When I was in pain, my first thought was to reach out to OAW. It was the best decision I ever made. Book your appointment at orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
Hello, I'm James Godsill, founder of Community Roofing and Restoration, celebrating 50 years since we began restoring historic and vintage roofs. Now we're a full-service commercial and residential restoration team serving all your needs across southeastern Wisconsin. With 2/3 of our work coming from referrals, Community Roofing brings the experience and credentials to handle any project, and we're proud to give back to the community. Visit communityroofingandrestoration.com. Beauty, durability, and excellence since 1975.
I can see the breath inside my house. This is how horror movies start.
First, the cold seeps in. Next thing you know, you're spooning your cat for warmth.
I tried it. He bit me.
Jason, come on, man. You need a new furnace. Don't you know that Capital is giving away the furnace when you get a new AC?
Giving as in free?
Yeah, but call Capital before this turns into the horror version of Frozen. Call Capital today and get a free furnace with a new AC.
Fashion service you can't go wrong. Call CapitalCares.com.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, Takis fans, Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips. So we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's includes 1 ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
If you're watching on the stream, you'll notice that Hunter has. Are we revisiting the dance party?
No, we're not.
Okay,
we're not.
because
Sorry,
Hunter
I'm
has
gonna
decided to
still
stand for the last segment of the program.
I have. Just need to stretch the old legs as we finish up today's program.
Pipe, you got a concert you're going to tonight?
Yeah, gonna head down to the rave tonight and check out Suffocation.
Nice.
Oh, how awesome!
Nice. Is that who's playing right now?
No, this is Man of War right here.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I mean, you should have known.
I know.
Come on, the pride of Canada. With Man of War.
I'm always more of a Rush guy myself.
Yeah,
the pride
I'm
of
sorry.
Canada. That's okay.
That chick's
More-
voice
that's
is
more
obnoxious. Oh my God.
Come on.
It's
the
bad,
the
man.
disrespect to Geddy Lee.
Hey, they're great musicians.
They
but
are great
I
musicians.
just can't listen.
You got one for the road there, Hunter?
I do. And the fact that the All-Star game was fantastic last night. Absolutely loved it. It was a great night to just celebrate baseball. They did so many things right last night. Major League Baseball did. Fox did. It was awesome. And, of course, the most touching moment, I think, for us in Wisconsin was Freddie Peralta holding up the Bob Uecker sign during the Stand Up to Cancer moment. That was really, really neat. And just kind of, it definitely hit home.
Yeah.
For sure.
And Jacob Mizrowski with not a clean inning, but not an immaculate, perfect inning or anything like that, but a good, 4 batters, 3 outs.
And he did not get hurt.
And then Trevor McGill came in.
Yeah.
And put out the fire in the 7th inning.
Exactly.
So, listen, win.
Success.
The tribute to Henry Aaron was spectacular.
And we failed to mention this today. Sal Frelick, good news on Sal Frelick. is the fact that he has been diagnosed with a grade 1 hamstring strain. His status for Friday at Dodger Stadium's TBD. Brewers want to monitor his progress in the next few days before deciding IL or no IL. So minor hamstring strain. So it looks like even if he's put on the IL, it's going to be shorter rather than longer. That is good news on Sal Frelick.
Definitely. Thanks to Mike Clemens for joining us. Adam Pawlak coming into studio today. Paul Wagner. The Dockhounds are playing in about an hour, less than an hour from now. This was fun. You want to do it again tomorrow?
Let's do it.
Make good choices.
97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.